There we go. Fuck that person. We gotta change it to the idea. Do it. There we go. Updated. There it is. Alright, here we go. See, slap me with those facts, McBag. That's not quite how this works. So the first thing we're going to do, which in fact, I'm going to kind of change it up because this is louder in my ears than I want it to be, but I want you guys to hear it quite well. Like about maybe right. How's the is the music just subtly there? Like I want it subtled. Huh? So this isn't a fact show. This is a conversation show. This is where we talk amongst each other and do whatever the fuck we want, really. It's all not just about me, it's about you. And I actually have some couple topics that are stream related. That's going to be a topic later down the line. That's true. I'm rarely wrong. I wouldn't say I'm never wrong, but I would say I'm very rarely wrong. Unfortunately so most of the time, but hey. Sometimes I'm glad I am. Well, first things up, because of it's important. Ooh, martini. Okay. We're getting fancy. So a woo, like maybe 1% louder. That's just me. All right, let me turn up 1% louder. How's that? That's a little bit more than 1%. Like 3 or 4. So, like sim sex. What's sim sex? What the fuck? So we're gonna make a woo martini. So it's 2 parts vodka, 1 part peach. Oh shit, it's not. I fucked it up. So we're gonna make this real strong. It's actually 1 part vodka, 1 part peach schnapps, 2 parts cranberry juice with lime garnish. But I don't give a shit about garnish because I just don't give a shit. I know. Well, hopefully it is. We're gonna find out. First time making it. I'll let you guys know what I think about it in a second. I went to the store today just for this. What did I get all backwards? Did I really get it backwards? Because I made it extra strong. Any luck? I screenshotted it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I corrected it. I doubled the vodka part, but otherwise everything else is fine. So I put 2 parts vodka, 1 part peach schnapps, and 2 parts cranberry. I should have done 1, 1, and 2. But whatever. Who gives a shit? I was going to make a hypnotic drink. You're double. Well, thank you, Cheese Man. I would have made a glowy drink, a hypnotic face drink where you're supposed to put a glow stick. 1, I didn't want to buy the glow stick, so there's that. And 2, the only reason I didn't is because of the liquor store I went to, which was all about convenience. Didn't have any hypnotic. So you gotta do a nice little shake. Nice little shake. They say fill the shaker with ice. I disagree with that. I think that's too much watery down, personally. It has a pretty similar red. For me, using less cranberry juice than it required, mine's darker than the picture, but that's fine. Like, I saw a cocktail for a blue Moscato margarita, but then I saw the ingredients, and I was like, nope, picked up like a 12-pack of Blue Moon and rum. That works too. Where are the ingredients, Monk? That sounds nice. A blue Moscato margarita. It sounds like a lot of ingredients. Let's give this a taste test. One of the things we're going to try doing is doing a new cocktail every time. A frozen one. See, I want to make a frozen drink, but I'm really lazy as fuck. It actually isn't bad. I could not... I don't think I would like this if I didn't double the vodka. If I didn't double the vodka, I don't think I'd like this, because I think then it would be a little bit too sweet and a little too tarty. But if you double the vodka, it kind of cuts it down a little bit, and I actually think this is pretty good. Maybe I would use diet cranberry juice before. Yeah, fuck all that shit. Well, hold on, though. Blue Moscato's easy, Blue Curacao is easy, Tequila's easy, Triple Sec is easy. The fresh blueberries is the pain in the fucking ass, in my opinion. I think that's what makes it kind of bullshit. I think buying like fresh fruit for some of this shit is kind of a pain in the ass. Like one of the drinks I made me actually like grind up blueberries, like fresh blueberries, and it just made everything so fucking sticky, and it wasn't fun to make, and it was just a pain in my ass. I can't remember what drink that was. I think it might have been Moonfire or something like that. I think. I'm not sure. Might have been a Moonfire or something. Or Moon Glow? Was it the Moon Glow that made me do that? I can't remember. It was one of those, but it was a pain in my ass. It was an absolute pain in my ass to make. I don't like to make. I don't want the drink to be a pain in the ass. Oh, okay. So the blueberry is just the garnish. Okay. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. I would, if that's the case, that would be a drink I would actually do, Monk. But I would do it in bulk. I know that's what. Well, if only I could go to a fucking bar, Deadly. But that would be a play. That would be a place or a thing that I would make like 10 like 10 servings of it. Oh, so what's this show called? It's the new title. It's called Chewing the Soggy Rag. Because chewing the rag is a slang for when just having like a very open-ended conversation of nothing. It's just it's slang for just having a low-key conversation, essentially. Well, we threw Soggy in there because this conversation is going to be extra limp. So the topic right now we're doing is a woo-woo martini. I commented on mine, now we're just talking about drinks. I mean, in theory, since I'm not playing a game, I can actually wear my sunglasses. Look more like my fucking avatar. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably make it. I could probably keep making this drink. That's the difference. Like you know, some of the times I made these fucking drinks. Hey, you never drink alcohol. You have no opinion. Well, when you become a big boy, Waza, you just might start. Why do you want to try the woo martini? Well, to be honest, it was convenience and it was something different. Next time I'll be a little bit more prepared. As you know, yesterday was actually supposed to be the day we're gonna do it, but I forgot it was Monday. As fucked up as it is, and you know, time is just fucking weird for me right now. And I saw it and I was like, it actually looked decent. The big thing when I look up one of these drinks to showcase on this type of day where I do it over and over and over. It is terrible, Waza. Trust me, it's the absolute worst. It's something that you can drink and it will be good, but also you can have repeated variants of it. Like you can do it over and over and over and over again, and not get like super sick of it. And it's not a busy schedule. It's more of that I just haven't been good about anything. So you know, it's one of those things. But yeah, that's what I think of when I look at a cocktail. Is I want to be able to keep drinking it. Like one of the drinks I was looking at was like you need to go get melon vodka, and then you like mix these other fucking things in there. And I was like, you know what? Like I could maybe have one. I could maybe have two, but having like three of them would just be airy. Where's the lime? I didn't want to get the lime. I don't give a shit about garnish. That's what I think about it, Devils. I don't give the shit about garnish. Garnish doesn't add much to it. Yeah, squeeze a little bit in there, but fuck the garnish. Also, in my stream space, it's just inconvenient. That's the most part, like, the truth about it all is, doing a garnish in the little space that I have is actually ass. It's just too much work. I did it a couple times on a couple of the cocktails I made, and it just made a mess, and it was just a chore, and I just didn't like it. So, I usually skip the garnish. And I also don't think garnish adds too much to any cocktail. Now everyone's gonna say, get us bigger space easy. It's not even the space. I need a bigger desk, and I need to change up the way everything is, and I could actually do that, except it would require a lot of fucking work, and I would have to figure out a way, because where I am, it's just soundproofing and also the crazy shit. Maybe in a year or two I'll actually like figure something truly out that could change everything up, but you know, we'll figure, well, whatever, or 6 months or whatever the fuck, or maybe 3 months, I don't know. Maybe I'll change up. I'm looking to change a lot of things in the next couple weeks to a couple months. So we'll see if it when you fix your sleep schedule. That's wishful thinking, Waza. Who knows? You know, things are going to be changing, hopefully for the better. Sometimes. Like, one of the big things, and I'm going to argue with people who will be snobs about it all, like absolute snobs about garnishes, is when you get like the orange zest, and you add a little fucking couple scrapes of the fucking zest to the drink, and you're gonna fucking tell me it tastes better or significantly different if I didn't do that? Fuck, Kirk was fine with limes and lemon. That's true, he was. Fucking hell, that's a reference I haven't heard in a while. So yeah, I mean, I don't think some of these fucking garnishes actually impact anything other than maybe a sweet treat. Like if it was like the blueberries would be a sweet treat, or cherries are a sweet treat at the end. Does it impact the drink at all? I don't think so. Well, the lime covers up the taste of the Corona. So Corona's a bit different. Corona's, you do add a lime. You add a lime to like a beer, you can taste it because there's really not much to the beer. Well, you just need a real cocktail, in my opinion. I think you actually need to start off like college students shit. If you were like, that's honestly, it's because you just haven't had entry level stuff, and you've only probably were trying like non-entry level stuff. And honestly, White Russian's a good entry level. If you want like a college high school thing, you'd go with the UV blue or red mixed with Mountain Dew. It tastes like a slushie. But a lot of the stuff, like, honestly, it's when your taste buds degrade as you become an adult, or you do it enough, you just start to like it. You just start to. Like, 10 years ago, give or take, I didn't like beer. Like, I didn't really like beer at all. But then I started drinking Rolling Rock, which is the lightest fucking beer you could possibly fucking have. And I liked it. I was like, this isn't bad. And then I went to Blue Moon eventually. Then I started really liking the Shandies. And I was like, this isn't bad either. And then I started going, and I never thought I'd like a stout or a porter. And I actually really enjoy those now. I love them. I still hate IPAs because IPAs are shit. But that's a different thing. So it's just one of those things, like, it takes a while. 10 years of smoking, my taste buds are already shit. No, that's not true. If you think your taste buds are shit now, just wait 10 years, man. Just wait 10 more years. When you think life can't get worse, Waza, there's always something ready to fuck you. All right? Never. Don't let your youth optimism try to change you. Things will get better too. There will be parts of your life that will be so much better. And you're like, wow, I really don't want to go back to 10 years ago. But there are going to be parts of your life you're going to fucking hate more. Yeah, that's the grim reality of age. You're just gonna hate more. You're too used to it. And then the worst part is, Waza, you'll start getting numb to it. Yeah. Yeah. Except for my body is like 80 years old, man. My body is fucked. 30 in like 8 months. Yeah, but you're sweet in 30. That doesn't count. And yeah. You're still a half decade younger than me, almost. Holy shit, I can become famous, dudes? By view-botting? Is that a fucking thing? Get the fuck out of here. Followers do nothing! Followers do nothing! I think people who give a shit about the follower count is just ridiculous. Follower doesn't matter. Followers mean shit. Why would I want to buy viewers who don't actually listen? Like, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, lurkers. Like, okay, occasional lurkers are great. Like, small amount of lurkers are fine. They lurk, they boost the numbers. Maybe you kind of get ahead in the 0 to 10 range, and it kind of, like, gives it away. Thanks, Frozen. Lurking isn't that bad on small scale. On small scale, it isn't bad at all. It helps. Yeah, he gets me not listening for free. Exactly. I only care about the interaction. I don't even care what Twitch thinks about. I only care about the interaction. You could, if you had 30 people watching, and you only have 2 or 3 people interacting, with an occasional maybe 4 or 5 here and there very loosely, that's not good. That's actually bad in my opinion. I don't know, that's just me. I think that shit's kind of like fucking terrible. I think that is where it looks worse. Where you don't want that many lurkers. Because then let's say you have 40 people watching you and only like 2 people are talking. I think that's the worst. Right? I really should be. It's kind of fucked up about Garg. I've seen some new partners lately, and I've earned Twitch more revenue than they have. Maybe not an ad revenue. Definitely not an ad revenue, but I definitely earned it more in bit revenue. Definitely. I've seen it. I actually am curious about some. I've actually seen a really big partner who gets 10,000 viewers. And we'll talk about it. He's actually the thing. And his stream is funny. I've been watching him lately. He's one of the only big streamer I watch, and I never chat. I never chat in his because I just like to watch it. And honestly, he's not going to read the chat, so what the fuck? When you get to that big, chat doesn't really matter, right? Like, maybe a couple messages will get through, but that's really it, right? Who really cares? But I was watching his, and I looked at his thing, and I was like, I made more revenue this month than he did. And he has 10,000 people watching him. Now, he obviously makes a lot more ad revenue. Tons more ad revenue. So that probably makes a big difference, too, but still. I should be. They should there should be a bit limit to become partner. Like, if you make this much and this long, you're partner. It shouldn't be based on view count. But then again, I honestly was it too. The biggest thing, and I've told Tequila this, I've told the stream this a lot too. It's all your 10-year-old kids. I wish I had 10-year-old kid watching. Maybe they would tell their friends and they would watch too. That's the thing. I don't think I have any young kids watching me ever. But I told Tequila and told the stream this too, because she didn't believe me about this. I said, even if I made, let's say 75 people were watching me, let's just hypothetically say that, like 75 plus average, I don't think they'd partner me. Oh no, the guy I watched with 10K definitely had to be adults. You'll figure out the content of why. The content he was doing was not for 10-year-olds. Definitely not. I thought it's funny, and he's actually in this thing. I'm actually going to mention him because I would like, if you guys are interested in the content he does, it's the most unique content I've ever seen. And it's just fun. He's so good at it. And he doesn't play games. Well, he might play some here, but I never watched any of his games. I've only watched what he's doing, and I'll talk about it later. But I don't think I'd become partner because of my content. Even if I had like 100 average or 200 average, I don't think they'd partner me. No, I don't think they would. I think I'm too unfriendly. I think I'm too toxic. I probably push the alcohol a little bit much. And I would say my toxicity is the biggest culprit. Because I'm a butthole, yes. Right. So that's what I think. I don't. But here's the big thing too about partner. Like, who really gives a shit? Partner does only two things for you. Two. It makes your subscription count where you get like an extra like 25% from it. So instead of getting 50% of your subscription value, you get like 75. Okay, that's nice. It's nice, especially if you have that many subs. That actually is a big chunk. It will change your revenue that much, and that would be cool, I guess. But the other thing it does is they send you gifts. It doesn't do anything for bits. It doesn't do anything for donations. It doesn't do anything else. Oh, you also get it so actually all the time your people can like lower the quality of your stream too. You get a cool partner icon too. I guess that's it. But other than that, it doesn't do anything. So would it be nice? Yes, because I want the free shit every year, and a little bit increase. But outside of that, kind of not. Like, who cares? I wouldn't change my content style. It may get you on the front page though, but with your kind of probably not. Exactly. I wouldn't change my partner style if that was the term. I feel like you can't drink on stream as much anymore, or you can't be as mean to people anymore. I wouldn't do it. Despite me saying I would sell out for it, it wouldn't be fun, and then it would just seem dumb. Then what am I gonna fucking do? Like, oh, I gotta censor myself instead of telling a guy to go suck a limp dick? Like, come on. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, that'd be counterproductive. And what would it be for? An extra like $100? Actually, the gift bags they get every year though is fucking awesome. So that is tempting. It's like $1,000 worth of stuff, but still, wouldn't be worth it. Blow their backs out, right? Right? It's just one of those things that I think partners to. What people think once you become partner, it's your full-time job, and it probably can be, but I don't think it's automatic. There's another partner who I know streams a lot, and I mean, maybe there's some hidden PayPal donations that I don't see, but I look at some of their stuff and what they get, and they do get more than me. Like, let's be clear, they definitely do a little bit, but it's only a little bit, and that's fucked up because they get 100+ viewers average every stream, but no one. It's part of my Twitch things thing. I said it's fake news. It totally is, Solomon. It's part of my Twitch things thing where people don't actually support the person when they're doing Twitch things, which I talked about last week. We already talked about that. Where I think it's counterproductive. Maybe it's just because it's that game that they became partner off. Where we talked about last week, where I think Twitch things is just shit. I think the community in Twitch things is more toxic than it let on, and everyone's like always saying Twitch things is the best community. It's best community. They're so friendly to each other. I disagree. I think it's more of a clout chasing bullshit. I know. Yes, Solomon. I like Twitch things in the karaoke sense. I like to fuck around. I like to sing poorly or do whatever. I like to have fun with it. But I think a lot of the community is toxic. Yourself a Patreon. I will never do Patreon. Never do Patreon. Exactly. Tequila's right. If you have a solid community who sticks around and hangs out a lot, that would be fine. I think that's the whole point of it all. And I'm not saying for the partners, they actually have a solid community too. They have. That's another thing I noticed too. They have 100+ viewers all the time, and only about 25% to maybe 15 are actually active in chat. Most people are only in their chat for the join command. They want someone to sing with them for their own fucking narcissism. Like, fuck off. But that's a problem with that shit. But I'll never become partner. One, I don't have the audience. I have a good audience, most of you. And then it's just my content. I don't even want to be partner. I'm fine, Solomon. I'm the best I can be in the circumstances. I get toxic on sings, but it's too friend. I don't know what you mean by that, Monk. Can you clarify? It's I want the only thing I really want, just for my own vanity, and it won't even do anything. I just want it for vanity's sake. For fucking vanity. I want an alcohol sponsorship. Oh, yeah. No, that's not the thing I'm talking about, Monk. Like, obviously, I'm toxic to people I'm friends with on there, too, and it's a joke. It's an inside joke, and it's appreciated, and it's funny, and it's okay. But I'm saying it's toxic. I think Twitch thing is more toxic is because people are double-handed. I'm saying they'll be in there and they'll be like, oh, you're the best, you're so sweet, I love you, whatever. But they're really not in it for that. They just really are in it for the views, or they're getting themselves on that person's stream or on their others to like steal audience members over. That's the thing. And it's really, I wouldn't even say steal. I would just say trying to coerce other people to come over. So people will try to go to other people's streams and be like, sing with me, oh yeah, you're great, I'll sing back to you, blah, 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 blah. And then they try to go back and forth. And everyone's doing it though. Like, not everyone, but a majority of people are doing that. You can tell they're doing it. There's a certain person, which I shouldn't mention. I think he's still on my Discord. He is still on my Discord. But I think everyone knows he does it. Or you're a brutal person. Yeah, that shit. But that's going towards an Incel Kyle route. I wasn't even going to reference Incel Kyle in this whole thing. This is one guy. It's not you, Sully, man. I love you, buddy. You're a beautiful person. It's this one guy who only has people join his seeds, and he never joins anyone else's, and he jumps to all the Twitch things just for his own clout. And I can't say his name. I'm not gonna say his name, but everyone knows who he is. Like, everyone, I think legitly everyone knows who I'm talking about for the most part. If they're on Twitch things enough, they would know who I'm talking about. This is one fucking guy who does it. Yeah, you wouldn't know him. Even if I've told you his name, you wouldn't know it. His name has mix in it. That's all I'm gonna say. His name has mix in it. He does it every time. He always goes to people's things, and then he'll go on their Discords and try to like clout themselves, and it's just fun. It's just fucking weird. It's just fucking weird. It's just absolutely fucking bizarre. But it's like that type of shit. Like, everyone, he does it in the extreme. He does it in the absolute. Is there any more liquid in here? Let me see if I can get any of that. There we go. He does it, I guess, before he said it. Well, good, Waza. See, Waza knew who the fuck I was talking about. It's 90s called. Oh my god, if that was his name, that would have been awesome. He does it to the extreme. He does it to the maximum extreme. Like, that guy I don't think has any shame about it. He just fucking does it. But not everyone, but a majority of people have that mentality that that guy has, and they do it not as so obviously, or less subtle maybe. They do it less subtly as he does, or more subtly. I misspoke. They do it more subtly than he does. So, and that's kind of the thing I have against most Twitch Sings community. Most of the Twitch Sings community. I could name I could name a lot of names where people I know do it. They do it left and right. And I don't know if they know they're doing it, but they just fucking do it. And like that's why when I don't raid people, I rarely raid people on Twitch Sings, because I don't want people streaming to me. Stream hopping is very annoying in the community. Oh fuck yeah, it is. You shitting me, man? It's a fucking joke. That's one of the reasons I do sing backs when I feel like it. I rarely go on the game anymore, obviously, but it's because I haven't felt like it, you know. But I never raid people from it, and I wish I could, but odds are the raid's not going to do anything. Maybe one of you guys might stick around, maybe two, whatever. But it won't do anything, and the biggest reason I don't want it is because I don't want you to sing with me. Whoever I raid, I don't want you to sing with me. Flat out. I don't want it. I don't want you to feel obligated to. I just don't want you to do it. So I don't do it, because I used to do it all the time, trying to be friendly, but then they'd sing with me, and I don't want you to. Because then it seems insincere, and I don't want that. So I usually don't do it. Right, because that reason. But usually they want you to. It's this thing that I wish didn't exist. That's the fucking thing. So here's the thing. I would literally say, don't sing with me. And they'll do it anyway. No one has ever said that to me. They'll raid me mid-song, like it happens, and they don't say shit. And they still don't, then they still fucking, like, they don't say anything because they want it. And then you're like, well, if you don't do it, you're a complete prick. Well, I usually do it. It's like, thank you for the raid, whatever. But that's what they did it for. They raided to be sang with. And yeah, I'm humoring it just to not be a complete fuck asshole. But no one's ever said, raided and said, don't sing with me. And meant it, like, seriously, don't sing with me. It's all good. I just rated you to be cool. Don't do it, please. Because God knows I also hate hearing my own fucking singing. I just lurk when you raid. And then when I wake up the next day and I'm still watching. But yeah, that's the thing I do too, Monk. I usually leave people on, I lurk, and wherever it goes, and I just close in the morning. That means don't do it. Exactly. And again, when I do sings myself, I know we're way off topic. When I do woke up to 10 gifted subs to a random person, Jesus Christ. When I do it, I sing for you guys in the sense of I just am fucking around, and I like karaoke. I love karaoke. I like doing it live and everything else. It's just fun. I usually get fucking shit-faced. And I take it for fun. I don't take it seriously. I don't care. Like, I really just don't give a shit. But there are people who take it very extremely seriously, and then there's these and Waza knows I'm true. I'll start the bell, thank you. Waza knows I'm right about this. No, it's true. He knows it's true. There are discords or private groups where people coerce each other to encourage people to sing with each other to get them trending. A little bit. Not in that way, but yeah. So when you have these private groups to get yourself trending for more clout that doesn't actually fucking do anything, it just seems just lame. And the fact that everyone's like the community and Twitch thing is so positive and everything else, but then you're reliant on these type of tactics. Happens during the Cinter. The Cinter? Or during the winter? Probably the winter, you were trying to say. I'm trying to remember what shit show you're talking about. Is it between someone's name that starts with a P? Is it that shit show? Yeah? It is the one with the person that starts with a P? Yeah. Fucking dumb. No, it doesn't end with an S. I don't think it does. No, I think it ends in a Y. I'm not really sure now. Penis, of course. Pens. Yeah, the fact that that's happened is dumb too. But just because that drama toned down it a bit, I still don't believe it doesn't exist. Peen stars. No, anyone who's on Twitch things probably knows who the fuck we're talking about. But yeah, I think it's pretty fucked. The end of the W. Yeah, so it's frozen the whole time. But yeah, the game is terrible. That community sucks. I know we went off a tangent from cocktail choices, but hey, we're just going back and forth about whatever. And we're going to keep doing that because that's what this is about. We're just going to jump from... We're basically Wikipedia right now. We're going to start at one topic, and before you know it, we don't know how we got to where we are, and we're just going to keep going down it. Chewing the soggy rag, boys. Dicks on Twitch. Yeah, pretty much. There's cock in both. It's just... I absolutely hate that community. I really do. No, you're right. That's what I said. That's what I said was there are good people on the community. There are very sincere people in that community. Lucy Larking is one of the few. She doesn't even want to do anything more than like 10 people. Like watching ever. She likes it that way. Whatever. She's very sincere about it. There are people who really enjoy it for what it is and it's fun. But the problem is I hear these people who suck talk about how fucking positive the community are. And I wouldn't fucking see it except for every couple weeks when I decide to actually open up Twitter because I'm like, I'll tweet something because I haven't done it in forever. Except for my cum comment that I made. I look at I just see all these fucking retweets of everyone saying, oh my god, Twitch Swings community is so fucking great. I'm like, fucking blow it out your ass. And then there's that pedophile on it, who I'm not gonna talk about much. But that guy's a creep. We've all heard that story many a times. So there's that too. Alright, we've been on that topic long enough. We're gonna change this up. Alright, next guys. Let's go back to the woo. The woo, I would rate this martini 6.5 out of 10. It's not bad. It's not very great. The reason... Yeah, she's okay too, I suppose. I did go on her stream the other day and say a comment once or twice. You frozen, you should have been around more, man. I would say this one is 6.5. The reason I would normally say 5 but is it like, well, because it's just meh. Like at a bar, I probably wouldn't order it if there was something I really liked. Unless it was the morning. I would definitely drink this in the morning. For like, just morning. Like, fuck it. Like, at an AM, you go down to the bar and you have a drink. I would definitely do it. The cranberry probably helps for that. The reason this is 1.5 over 5 is because if this is something you could probably repeatedly drink. Now, the issue you got to risk with this, though, is because you're using cranberries, it's a high possibility of heartburn. Like, there's definitely possibility of heartburn here. Like, you gotta understand, there's definitely gonna be heartburn if you probably pound a bunch of these back. Good for the unit, that's true, too. So I would say... But you're at less of a heartburn than screwdrivers. But I love screwdrivers. Screwdrivers just taste better. So this would probably be one of the ones that you want to just kind of like mellow out and drink with people. It looks better too. Visually, I think this looks better. The cranberry hills, but I don't know, I was about to say that. Yeah, so I would say 6.5. I mean, it's solid enough. We had a lot worse. The nice part of this too is it's really easy to make. It's super easy to make. If I didn't go lazy and do the lime wedge, it probably would look visually better, I suppose. And it's easier to go down. But you got to remember, I doubled the vodka. I would honestly rate this a 4 or a 3 if you follow the actual recipe. You got to double the vodka to get it at 6.5. If I followed the recipe to a T, I think it would be overly sweet and you'd have a higher risk of heartburn. So I would, especially after continually drinking, which I'm going to keep doing. So I would say you're going to have to definitely modify it and double the alcohol content. Double the vodka. 2 parts vodka, 1 part schnapps, 2 part cranberry juice. I will never do Irish car bombs on here. It's not totally trash for the liver. I will never do Irish car bomb on here because it's a fucking mess. Irish car bomb is a thing you only do outside. Doing them at your own house, your cleanup factor is going to be just shit. So I am half Irish, but it's the whole fact of the cleanup. I just don't want to clean it up because you got to drop a shot glass in a fucking Guinness and pound it. That wouldn't be bad, but it's the cleanup. It's the fucking cleanup. Like, that's why I'm trying to make drinks that don't require me to clean up that much. We're gonna make another one of these. Actually, I hate when people rate a recipe but make changes before tasting what was listed. I don't care if you do, Monk. I knew what it would taste like if I didn't. That's why I said I will rate it because I changed it. Because this is already borderline too fucking sweet. I can't even point right here. This is already borderline too fucking sweet as is. And I even said that. I was like, this is too sweet. I would probably going forward use diet. Because I didn't use diet cranberry juice. Because I was like, I'm just going to try going with the recipe as much as I can. And I said it was way too sweet as is. And next time I'm going to use diet if I ever remake it. This is almost too sweet. If I followed it and made it even sweeter, fuck that, man. Fetal alcohol, so you're a weird blend. You're a weird blend too. How did it happen? I know, fucking right. All right, we're gonna let the next topic simmer a second. So I'm gonna go make a drink, which I'm gonna disappear to do that. Cause I gotta go get more ice. Here we go. Grilled cheese burrito at Taco Bell. Beer back. The new item at Taco Bell, boys. Thanks. There we go, we're back. It's fucking dumb greasy cheese burrito. It is. You don't have Taco Bell in fucking Sweden? Well, I did have this yesterday. I did eat yesterday. First time eating in a week, by the way. Fucking ice machine's bitching. So, here's the thing. It isn't bad. But it isn't great. I would say it's worth trying. I would definitely say it's worth trying. I keep meatballs in the jam, you know, of course. Those flaming Cheeto fries are just red taco. They're just like the fucking like red chips. They're really soft because they're inside the meat, so it's kind of soggy. So they're not really. They don't provide that much of a crunch. Yeah, the tortilla strips. So the issue that I have with it is like Tequila said, it is very soggy. Making the Midori sour. I already drank all my Midori. I don't have enough to make another Midori sour. I don't have enough to make a Midori sour. Is there rice in there? There is rice in there. So that's the thing. The grilled cheese part is okay. You don't really taste the extra cheese. In my opinion, it's too greasy. Yeah, I think Tequila's right. It's super greasy, but there's a lot of it. Like for like $3, the size of that fucking burrito is almost comparable to Chipotle. Almost. It's a behemoth of a fucking burrito for that price. I would say it's a good alternative. Now, obviously, I think the Chipotle burrito is obviously probably twice the size, maybe a little bit less, and you're paying twice as much, and you're gonna get better ingredients. However, if you wanted to go inside a Chipotle, you would just fucking do it. This thing is $3, or you could get the box deal for $5, and you get a taco and your fucking like twist and a soda for it, and it isn't bad. It will fill you up. Like it will totally fill you up. You won't want to have anything else. It does taste like everything else at Taco Bell, and you're gonna get the Taco Bell quality that you get with it. You're gonna get the sour cream all at the bottom or at the top, not spread out evenly. You're gonna get all the ingredients just measured in between. You're just gonna get exactly what you expect. Not great, but not terrible either. In fact, on the Taco Bell menu, because of the price, if I was eating today frozen, I would probably do that too. I no napkins and a crunch taco, no fucking difference. But I would say this is one of my new favorite items at Taco Bell, but only because of the price. It's kind of a shame because they have a thing called Cholitos. Like everyone knows about Cholitos. I love Cholitos. Cholitos are the best fucking thing in the world. Cholitos cost as much as this, and it's sad that it does because Cholitos are fucking awesome. And if there was a giant Cholito, I'd probably order that over this, hands down. But this isn't bad. It's greasy as fuck. If you get rid of, they do too. It's off the. It's not on the menu, Tequila. They're not on any of the menu. They're never on the menu. You just say order a Cholito. You just order it. It's not on any menu. You just order it. What? Then you gotta call it a chili cheese burrito. They might not know it by Cholito. And they'll ask you if they want the pizza sauce version. You tell them to go fuck themselves. Yeah, you might have to call it a chili cheese burrito. You call it a chili cheese burrito? Sounds like fake news. Yeah, they are. They're fucking great. Well, you gotta get a different girl. Cause tell that girl she's a dumb bitch. I've never been to a Del Taco. They should know it by both names. I know. They're fucking cucks if they don't. This item, I honestly think... Obviously, this item came at the same time that they had the crunchy double stack taco, right? Yeah, she's a cuck. Fuck her then for squishing a taco. This came out at the same time as the $1 double stack taco. Now that's a good deal too. That's a good deal too for sure. The issue is, I don't think the double stack taco is that great. I would order this over the double stack taco. I've never had a Del Taco. Get it in Florida? I wonder where they are. Are they in Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio area by chance, or Pennsylvania by chance? Texas and Cali. Well, that's fair too. Oh, fuck Detroit. Never going to Detroit. Around Detroit, maybe. Detroit, become human. Who goes BK for a top? Yeah, who the fuck? Yeah, Tequila's right, Cheese Man. You're a dumb idiot for that. Like, when I heard you did that, I was like, you're a fucking moron. Like, absolute fool. They're just chopping up their burger meat and throwing in a taco and a frozen tortilla, a hard shell thing. I would say this isn't the best thing they've ever done. I really think their nacho fries are really good, as well as their they made like a flaming hot like taco thing they did like a while back. I think that was one of their best things they ever did. But this isn't bad. This isn't their worst. They're fucking like 1 foot long gordita bullshit is ass. Like the mini gorditas. I think that's far worse. Oh, dude, I would never order sushi at a McDonald's. That just makes me fucking gag. Ah, the volcano sauce. I know, fucking right. That was like one of their best things. They haven't had it on here in fucking forever. And fucking forever. And it sucks because it was like it was obviously their best thing. You mean does it taste like everything else, Tequila? Because it definitely tastes like everything else. But their flaming volcano sauce is like the best thing ever. It was just so good. Obviously not looking for Taco Bell to get any spicy food. Like, obviously. But it still was the best fucking thing ever. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, at Taco Bell, like, knowing this thing's there for $2.99, would you guys order it? And it's pretty big. It's only $2.99. Yes. Yeah, they still do. Because they're owned by the same parent company, which is owned by Pepsi. Isn't Pepsi owned by... Isn't it Borders Foods? I think it's Borders Foods. It's me wet. Well, of course. Who wouldn't? It's volcano sauce. She's more try me, but still. Taco Bell and it's Taco Bell, KFC, and pizza are owned by. That's why the reason when you get a Cholito, they ask you if you want the pizza version because of I think they get some of their sauce or something for some fuck ass reason. I gotta tell my fucking ice machine to go suck a dick. Hold on, pissing me off. I didn't want to do the drink count. Let's turn it off for now. Once I get down to half a tray, I'll just go fill it up with water. You don't have a drawer full of volcano sauce. You have a drawer full of fire and inferno sauce. They've never sold volcano sauce. You have fire and inferno and hot probably. They never had volcano was essentially fire and cheese sauce. Fire sauce is good. Fire sauce is good. Some people like the hot more, but those people are dumb. It's just facts. This isn't opinions. These are facts. You know? Like anyone who doesn't think fire sauce is fucking delicious. Now Inferno sucks. Facts with Tool. Tam, right? Show me the Carfax. Why do you buy it in a bottle? You can get it for free. What is wrong with you? You fucking maniac. I don't know. I think the Inferno sauce is too smoky and just kind of bland. A little salty too for my taste, especially since Taco Bell's already salty as fuck. Oh, dude, that's what we used to do before our Star Wars nights. Remember that we did it once. When we were playing Star Wars D&D. What do you mean you for smack me with facts? What are you talking about, Tequila? But for one of our Star Wars D&D nights, like me, Monk, I don't think Devils was there yet. White Smokes was his name. I don't know anyone. There's another username or two. We went and got Taco Bell for dinner instead of like ordering pizza and anything. We just all decided to go to Taco Bell, which was next to my house, and we went inside so we don't have to go to the drive-thru and like do cards and change management and shit. So we all got to go, and then all of us just grabbed like a bunch of sauces and just threw it in our fucking bags. Just fucking took it all. That jar was filled. So yeah, that was good shit. Like, who fucking buys a bottle? I actually, like, these days been throwing them away because of the jar's too full. You're thinking of oh, you fuck, I can't remember the name. It's fuck, I know it. Hold on. That has the best Cholitos, Monk. I know what you're talking about. No, not Zabata. It's not. I was thinking Zabatas. I was thinking of it's not Zabatas. Oh fuck. Tacos near me. Zantigo. Yeah. Zantigo. Zantigos. So Zantigos is kind of an interesting story with them. Play today with the newest Twitch Hyper Squad. Who gives a shit? So Zantigos is an interesting story. So Zantigos actually was very, very more prominent. The whole time. You're a dick, Frozen, for doing that. Just go to come and buy it, you bastard. So Zantigos is interesting. So back in the day, before Taco Bell was really big, which Taco Bell I think was started in California, somewhere around there. And they were very small, but they ended up getting really big, and Zantigos was hell more prominent than them. Eventually got enough money and they bought Zantigos out, and then they closed down all their restaurants with only a couple who had a franchise deal where they could stay on their own. And so they closed them all down, and then Taco Bell's took all their fucking places. But then a couple of Zantigos managed to stay alive, and I think they eventually somewhere along the lines became their own contracts. And boom, they were able to maintain, and they're kind of not coming back prominently, but they're still standing around. Because Zantigos is the fucking best. Zantigos has the best Cholitos in the fucking world. And they have their tortillas that have like the flour, so you get a little flour on you when you're eating it still. Oh, fucking the best. And they're cheaper than Taco Bell's too. They're significantly cheaper. And by significantly, I mean, I think they're like $1.80 each. At Taco Bell, like $2.40. So, I mean, in the volume size, you're getting you're getting a lot more. But the thing about Zantigos is they're kind of cheap on their sauce. But it's a good sauce. In fact, I think Zantigos hot sauce, despite it not being hot, has a lot more flavor. I would much rather have Zantigos be the prominent taco choice than Taco Bell. Although, Taco Bell does do a bit more risks in their food. They create weird things and they see how they play out. So that's kind of cool that they do that. And they're a staple for when you're super drunk. Zantigos is expensive for everything else. For everything else. For a person, you're not looking getting out there for like $8. You won't. Not at all. That's fine. Whatever. That's not a burrito. That's heresy. Like, who the fuck does that? That's fucking stupid. Oh, we've been talking about fucking burritos for 20 minutes. Like, that's just fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. Ah, delicious. But yeah. It would ruin mine. Right? Exactly. Alright, let's move on from this. That was just kind of like a little tidbit because I had it recently. I thought it was pretty good for a thing. It was the only thing I ate. That burrito box was the only thing I ate in a fucking week. I chose Taco Bell because it was convenient and other reasons. And I was like, fuck it. I'll be a good boy. This next topic. I know, right? Right? First time in a while. We'll see if I do it again one day. The next topic was brought to you by another person here, which you'll see in a second. Karens. Just where they... Well, that sounds very fascist, Tequila. It was brought to you by Frozen. This was Frozen's topic of choice. One of these topics I really wish Garg was here for. So yeah, there's a couple issues I have with Karens. Now, I'm not talking about Karens in the sense of their name, which also I don't even give a shit if that was true. I just think it's the entitlement. I think it's the more Karen. See, the thing about Karens that I don't like, it's not even about them and the whole mask thing, which also is a big deal. Like, wear your fucking mask. I think the big the issue with it is it's Facebook. It's Facebook and self-entitlement in the sense of I'm doing things to make it seem like I'm educated. I'm going to be hostile. I'm going to do my own fucking research like you're some fucking PhD researcher working in fucking somewhere. And they're going to like fucking do big things and follow some fucking headlines instead of actually doing anything. Oh, I know you do, Oz. If you work retail, you see Karens. You work anywhere where it's direct interaction with customers, you're gonna see Karens. I've witnessed Karens just fucking walking around. I'm not referring to their hairdo. Like, I don't give a shit what they look like. It's the attitude they hold. And I think that attitude is destructive. I think it's entitlement. And I think these people either forget or forgotten that they worked in retail or food services before, or they just don't care anymore because they don't. And that is a problem. It's a huge problem. If they don't have enough responsibility or some sort of control, so they try to get on. Yeah, exactly. Monk's really right about that. I think it's something that they try to make something like a purpose in their life. It's a purpose. It's a goal. And because they have nothing else, they don't have any other hobbies. This is their hobby, to be a cunt. And it's shit. And it's stupid. And unfortunately for this one, like Karen's been around forever. Like, they've been around for fucking ever. But the reason why it's more prominent now is because we got two fucking major issues going on. We got the fucking pandemic, that's actually a big fucking deal. And we have the anti-vax movement. I think there are more of them coming out of the woodwork because of Facebook engineers it that way a little bit, but also because what they're doing now is actually more damaging for us all. Because the mask thing is a big deal, as well as the anti-vax thing is a big deal. Your grandma's 100% Karen. Well, that fucking sucks. Anti-vax and anti-mask. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. It's so stupid. And when anyone ever says I did my own research, I Googled it, like, fuck you, man. Well, you have the capability of recording, so that's another thing too. There's a lot more maybe I don't even say they came out of the woodwork more. I think it's being publicized more. Maybe is a better idea of it all. Like, obviously we had YouTube, we had all these other means to uploading videos before, but I think more people, especially during a pandemic, are at home more or on the things. We got TikTok, we got well, we have TikTok for now. We have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have all these other means to distribute it, and Reddit even. That I think more people, it's just getting more publicized of the shitty things people are doing. And I'm sure there's still a lot more shitty things that people are doing without it, or not getting as publicized. Don't get me wrong, I do like watching those videos in public, but it's totally true. I actually don't enjoy watching them. I absolutely don't enjoy watching them. I hate it. It makes me sad. It makes me upset. Because I'm just like, I hate the fact that this exists. I get called the shittiest person for not opening a sealed Apple Watch for anyone who wants to see it before buying it as a gift for someone. I have no return policy on open Apple products in the store. Yeah, I can see that, Waza. You watch idiots all day? Well, that's why you watch my stream, isn't it, Tequila? That sucks, Waza. And honestly, that's one of the reasons I will never ever work in anything that I have direct interaction with a customer. None of my jobs I'll ever again. I worked at food service when I was young, and I couldn't do it anymore. I can't. I don't have it in me. And that type of bullshit when it's like customer policy, and that's another thing too. That's another thing too that fucking annoys me. These fuckers are yelling at people who are doing their fucking job. A job that they don't want to be at. No one wants to be at their fucking job. But they're fucking going in there yelling at these people like they made the policy, knowing that if they didn't enforce X policy, they're going to either get fired or written up or whatever. And then they get all pissy at them like they're doing it specifically to fuck you over. And I just don't fucking get it. I'm like, dude, they don't want to be there. They don't want to deal with you. I know that. Anytime a customer asks how you doing, I usually give them a weird answer because I know they don't really give a shit. And hopefully my weird answer like makes their day a little better. And I say weird shit. It's so stupid. But the anti-vax thing I think is dangerous for humanity in itself, as well as the anti-mask thing. So someone will be like, how you doing? And I'll be like, mediocre at best. How about you? Or not very well is a good one because they're like, oh, me too. There's usually a response like automated. Or my life's absolute shit. How's your doing? But you say it with a smile and it throws them off, Frozen. Exactly. And that's the thing. You're not working off of fucking and it's rare for retail for people to work off of what's the word I'm looking for? Can't even think of the word. I'm losing all my words right now. I want to figure out that word I'm thinking of. You guys know the word. Not compensation. Called what's that fucking word? Damn it. Not provision. It's not provision here. What's that fucking word? Usually at jewelry stores they work on it. A lot of jewelry stores work on it. Commission. Thank you, Green Puffin. Thank you so much for that word. Commission. Thank you. Not like retail, like most retail works on commission. So it's like when you lost a customer, you don't give a shit. You just didn't want them in your fucking face. And hi, Green Puffin, how you doing, man? You didn't want them in your fucking face. Like, I don't see what's wrong with that. Like, if someone's like, you lost a customer, I'm like, who gives a shit? I work for X amount wage, hourly or salary, whatever. Don't come back. I don't fucking care. And odds are they're going to come back. Especially if there's not that many competitors or if something's cheaper there. Like, I don't care what these fuckers say. If it's $5 cheaper at your store and they didn't say they're not coming back ever again, they're coming back because it's $5 fucking cheaper at your store. There are very few cases where they won't. Like for me, there is a store I won't go to because I just don't like going into the store. That's Walmart. I absolutely don't like to go to Walmart. I purposely pay more. But that's just because of, as a whole, I don't like being in that store. I'm just happy I got her, not one of my... Oh yeah, fuck that person. Hope she... Never mind. Great show. Hey, I appreciate that, Green Puffin. That's good you're doing well, too. Cheers to that, buddy. Fuck you, Frozen. I hate going in there. I hate navigating there. And I only go in there for one product that they sell that nowhere else sells. And it's a sauce for... it's a Chipotle buffalo sauce that nowhere else sells. I only go in there for that. I only go in there for that. And that's one... And when I go in there, I bought... They're like 89 cents each. Hey, did that work? I don't know if that worked. But it was a nice effort anyway. And the thing with it too that I really absolutely detest about it is, but I still appreciate the thought, Green Puffin. Is the fact that when I go in there, it's 80 cents each, and I buy like you do it without the exclamation mark. I buy like $30 worth of it, so I don't have to go back there for like 3 years. What do you think about Karen's, Green Puffin?
Bitchin'.
Thanks for the 100 bits, Bruto. That was brave of you. I mean, towards the end of our job, I like actually for a year after president's job, I didn't care if I got fired anymore. You work with them all day? Fuck, man, that sucks. What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? Like, is it retail? Is it food service? Is it customer service? They're the biggest reasons I could never work those jobs again. Not that I'd have to, because the pay is so gradually different that I'm not going to take a pay cut anymore for that, but not even customer service. Like, I couldn't even do customer service. Dude, government's the worst. What are you doing? That's like postal service. Like, God, I could never even work for the fucking post office on the front lines. Like, anything government oriented. Fuck, that's the worst. You don't even have to deal with the Karens at that point. You got to deal with everybody. Oh, fuck housing. Oh, dude. Fuck that shit. Couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it. That sounds fucking terrible. But then again, housing, if it's housing districting or just housing like mortgaging or whatever, it sounds just fucking brutal. Especially with the thing going on. Well, it's getting shut down to stop mail-in fucking voting, but we're not going to talk about that. We all know why the postal service is going down, to affect rural areas too. The Karen's driving nuts. Yeah, well, oh, dude. The shitty thing is you can't do anything. I think that's their fucking, they know it. And they fucking know it. Like, they're so fucking entitled. They know you can't do anything because it risks your job. He's not gonna fire you because of, he also knows people are fucking stupid. Like, if your boss actually got mad at you for how you reacted to one of these fuckers, they have to be in a fucking box. Like, obviously they have to deal with them too, and they know they're bullshit, right? Yeah, everyone has, and that's how they do it. They're like, oh, this person can't stand up to me, and if you stand up, they're gonna threaten you because if you were so rude to them and it's unprofessional for you, and they're gonna write you up for some bullshit. And that's the only reason they do it. They won't do it to anyone who actually can stop you. Now, luckily, we're during this pandemic when people go in without masks and people actually body block people because of state mandate not to do it. They're allowed to stand up to you. And it's kind of been throwing them off guard, and everyone's like cheering on those people who are standing up to you. But still, everything else, they do it because they know you can't retaliate. That's why I smoke every day. Dude, that's why I drink every day, except for it's not that reason. But I would. I'd probably be drinking a lot more. I'd probably be drinking a fucking ton more. Yeah, why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't they be? If you, well, that's for hypothetical reasons, Waz. If you open that Apple box and she didn't buy it, like, dude, he would be fucking furious at you. As long as, that's the thing about as an employee at least, as long as you stay in company or company policy, you'll be okay. But the issue that sucks about it all is you have to take the abuse. Stay off the booze. I think you're in at least a healthier thing than I am, man. You're in a way healthier thing than I am. Way healthier. It just sucks because of you guys shouldn't have to take the abuse. It sucks that people have to take the abuse. Yeah, I don't blame you. I would be. I am. And I don't have to deal with that shit. There needs to be a mandate, or at least not even in the cancel culture, but just people shouldn't have to take the abuse. They shouldn't. If I was you guys' positions, I would probably just be like, do you want to talk to the manager? I'd just volunteer. I'm like, you guys deal with this fucker. I don't want to deal with this guy. But Karens as a whole are so more prominent. They're so more everywhere. That just sucks. And they're so obvious now. Then you got these Karens, which we're not going to talk about what they say in full. So I'm just going to loosely talk about this. Where they don't like you calling them Karens. They say it's just as bad as certain other words. We're not going to talk about those other words. But they don't either say the other words, and if they do, you just cringe at them. Like, no, it's not. It's not even fucking remotely the same. You dumb cow. You fucking stupid cow. You're fucking idiots. Like, what the fuck? Customer is never right. Customers usually don't. Yeah, you're right. You're not. Well, hold on. I'm always right. But I don't go in there with unneeded necessities. I go in there knowing what I want, and I'm just going to leave with what I want. I don't need anything else. When I shop, like, I don't idle around. I go straight to the product. I go, here's my fucking card. Swipe it. Fucking later. Like, get out of here. Oh, if it took you an extra 5 minutes to fucking serve me, so fucking be it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit here on my phone. Or stand here on my phone. Like, I don't have this high expectation. The fuck I need any of that shit. I say no to all that shit. I know. But I hope... Jesus Christ. Can I say this? I'm going to. Here's the thing, Monk. I hope that's true. So I hope they can suffer. And then not spread their lineage any further. Let it stop there. And hopefully no one else suffers along with them. Sometimes you'd be browsing. What do you mean you'd be browsing, Tequila? Oh, you mean you're like browsing through the stores? Yeah, but that's the difference. When me, I go in and without. I go in and out. That's me as a shopper. But I'll never go in expecting... I'll never go in and be like, can I check that first? Can I look at that first? When I want to make a purchase, I just make the fucking purchase. Except for when I bought my new phone. When I bought my new phone, they actually wanted to open it before I bought it to verify that it worked. I was kind of annoyed by that. I was like, I don't want you opening it. I don't care. And if it didn't work, you just take it back, right? But they need to check to make sure it turned on. I was like, whatever. Does it work? Fine, it worked. The only reason I didn't want to do it is because I didn't want to stay in there longer. I was like, I'm already bored in here. Let me leave. Well, fucking, I did this a long time ago. Well, a handful of months ago. I bought an iPhone 11. Exactly. Exactly. So they opened it in front of me, and I was like, okay. It turns on. That's great. Their logic, I think what they were trying to do is because of if I bought it and then returned my old phone saying it didn't work in case I already had one. And I was like, okay, I guess you're that distrustworthy, and that's fine. But the biggest argument I have with that, even if that was true, because I went to T-Mobile to buy it, even if that was true, they could just go and return it back to Apple saying this was defective. And Apple can't do anything about it either. So they just didn't want to do the fucking work of that. Not that I was going to do it. If I wanted to do that, I'll do Amazon. Because Amazon's return policy is fucking insanely easy. Yeah, that's true. But if I was going to do it to a store, I'd do it through Amazon. Because Amazon can't contest anything. They do. Oh, that big of a purchase, they could probably get it through the serial number too. On that big of a purchase, I would. On anything else, probably not. Shit. Karens suck. Karens are the worst. They're pieces of shit. And I have no feeling for them. So, I don't know. What do you guys say? Like, it's just the thing about Karen. Oh yeah, each phone has their own identification. There's no doubt of fucking about that. So, even though I was gonna do it to Amazon, I don't think they would even check, to be honest. But they might. But then you could. The thing is, there's always plausible deniability too. You could always be like, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is what happened. Are you calling me a liar? Like, come on. If they see you doing it a lot, they'll just cancel your fucking Amazon Prime subscription. But they're not gonna fucking worry about it too much. So I'll be like, I don't tell you guys, I'm not a liar, so fuck you. I think Karen encompasses too much of a spectrum of people and their bullshit. And that's the only thing. I wish we could needle point down. Like that's like an upward flow Karen right there, and that's like a downward flow right there. That's really specialized. Like she's the one that doesn't believe in this, and that's a flat Earth Karen. Oh, I was like, I was gonna use other words, but I chose not to. By the way, any last thoughts on Karens before we move on to the next topic? I'm really hoping to get some Falling Guys in today, but we'll see how that goes. I think Karen should be. I would even say that. I think there needs to be a suffix or a prefix to iron out the Karen. I think Karen can be generalized, but there needs to be suffixes and prefixes. Like that's a Sith Karen right there. That's a. What am I talking about? What the fuck am I talking about? That's a Karen that heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Nosely Nancy. Well, yeah, they have the Nosely Nancys. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. This next topic will be really short, but since I brought up the Sith, let's say happy birthday to the Senate. It's his birthday today. Yeah. Did anyone remember that? Did no one? Hey. Remember the bit? I saw it. I couldn't resist it. I thought he died. Nah. Of course not. How can he die? Oh my god. I think he turned some age today. I'm looking it up. I can't remember his actual name. There we go. I found it. He is now fucking hell. Seriously, he's 76. Close outside. Ian. Oh, you thought the actor died? No, the actor never died. I knew that. Ian McDiarmid. He is now 76 today. He is the Senate. And now he turned 76. I can't, like, if you really think about how young he was when he was in the original Star Wars films, is amazing. Like, fucking hell. Oh, you would, Devils. You would. So let's just all give a good wishful thinking for our boy. He still hopefully has another 24 years left in him easy. And he can be another clone in Star Wars Episode 10. Or any of the midquels, I guess we'll call them. The midquels, or we can call them the midquels? We call them the midquels? Call them the midquels. Like, maybe if maybe he'll show up in the Obi-Wan show. But that wouldn't be bad, right? Doesn't the Obi-Wan take place between 3 and 4? I mean, that wouldn't be so bad. That'd be pretty sick. Though I always question how Maul's gonna be around. Oh, dude. Well, no, Old Republic's too old. The Old Republic is grossly too old. He was not even born yet, wasn't he? Right? I thought the Old Republic took place like fucking trillion years. Oh, you're talking about the midichlorians, man. No, no, no. For a second, I thought you were talking about the Mandalorians. Yes. Yes, he is the... God damn it, Cheese, man. Sometimes, man. Some fucking times. I like the theory of Jar Jar being a Sith Lord. We know it's not true, but I really like the idea of it. Is he the do-it character? You fucking my face, man. You fucking my face. It would have actually made more sense. I think Jar Jar as a Sith Lord would have made way more sense. It would have been a better ending. But it would have been out of this fucking world. It'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah. Rather than we cloned him, but it's fine. We cloned him, but he's also a cripple somehow even more. But he has more Sith power than ever he did in the other ones. Bring down ships. But we also need you to strike me down like a cuck. So... let's talk about midichlorians then. What do you want to talk about it? Oh, you wanted more talk in the show. If only. They kind of gave that up after episode like 1, didn't they? He was never in the original version of Empire Strikes Back. I know. He only showed up in Return of the Jedi. Yeah. Right? I mean, wasn't he only in one of the remasters where he showed up on a fucking telescreen, like a holographic image in Empire? When the fucking thing turned around? The mask came down? Isn't that the Empire one? That was in the remastered? Yeah, he's in the remaster with that one scene. I remember the originals because my dad taped them on VHS. So somewhere in my mom's house, there's these VHS tapes that are probably magnetically worn, so they're gonna look like trash. And that's the ones I would watch him on. And I remember he wasn't in those. And Han shot first in those ones too. Those are old tapes. I watched those things so much. Those are fucking so... And I remember watching them on those old shitty TVs. God knows they're fucking gonna look like trash now if I try to play them. But I remember he only appears in Return of the Jedi. The first time you see him, he comes out of the ship and he's in a dark robe. What the fuck, Frozen? What the fuck are you fucking talking about? Whoa. Alright, Frozen. I can dig it. Was there any more of this in here? Barely. Make another drink. I did hear you. I absolutely did hear you. I think because it's Disney and they're cash grabbing, assuming the originals still exist, which I have a little doubts about, like in a master format. I think George Lucas said he got rid of them. Didn't he? I'm pretty sure he said something about it. I mean, Star Wars being told through R2-D2's eyes would make sense. I think Lucas said he got rid of the originals because he didn't want people to he was so proud of his remasters, which I get. People hate the old to the new because the natural special effects is kind of more authentic than the CGs at the time. And I get that argument a little bit, but having a chronological of an order of how things were created and released is kind of important. So if he did destroy him, he's kind of a fucking prick for it. Because there's no shame in like, hey, this is what you had at the time. Enjoy what I had at the time. This is amazing how we did it, type of thing. So I think he did get rid of him though. I think I read somewhere that a long time ago that because he didn't want people obtaining it, he got rid of them. The master formats of it, at least. I'm sure there's people with VHS tapes that have the originals. But with the problem with VHS is, you know, that fucking as they age and get each time they played, they'll never be played as good of quality as they were the first time. Because it wears out the quality each time. But it would be cool. I mean, I would like to just to say, hey, look at this. Look at this. This is cool, right? Yeah, he was pretty protective about his remasters. The only big thing, the only interesting thing of his remaster that I thought was better, kind of interesting how he did, is the time, and it's in New Hope, when Jabba comes to meet him. In the original, he's like a furry, he's a human in like a furry outfit type thing. And then they remaster him, they put the fucking slug thing in, and they make the Han Solo kind of boost up over his tail. But also in that scene, Jabba also looked a lot smaller. Yeah, I agree. Look at what was accomplished at the time. There's no shame in it. Yeah, Jabba looked like a fucking huge tool. A fucking monster tool. And also, as we're talking about that, Hutts having, or what are the fucking species are called, having 6 brawn. How the fuck did Leia choke him out? Like, what the fuck? He could carry a fucking take cannon on his fucking arms. You trying to make me believe he can be choked out by this fucking scrawny bitch? It did give him more start. The Force. Fuck the Force. No! That's some horse shit. Fuck the midichlorians! No! He could have a tank on his shoulders! Sure, he was supposed to look like a, what's it, Caligula? He was kind of have a Caligula vibe going for him. That's fine. But what the fuck, man? Fuck this shit. That's some horse shit. Like, I was upset. He could hardly breathe as is. Yeah, he was going for a Caligula thing. But he could breathe just fine in New Hope. He was walking around just fine, even though he was like half his fucking size. But hey. Wait, did Jabba have a son? I didn't know he had a son. I'm gonna refill my drink because, you know, I'm thirsty. Tell me about Jabba's son. Oh, yeah. The Hutts are a family of the mob family. I know the Hutts are a mob family. I knew that. I didn't know Jabba had a son though. But I kind of remember. I recognize the name. In Clone Wars. I never seen the show. I never watched the show Clone Wars. Well, I know you can meet a lot of them in various games, and they're actually a very prominent one. Hell, in the MMO. Fucking shoulders always hit this mic. In the MMO Old Republic, even you come across the Hutts like a lot. They're clearly a big mob family, and that makes sense. That's fine. It totally checks out, and also checks out why a lot of them are killed off because, you know, it's a mob. But focusing on making my drink. Hutts are hermaphrodites. How do you have a son then? Wouldn't you have like a son-daughter thing going for him? They go through phases. Don't we all, though? Don't we all go through our little hermaphrodite phase? Hey. Midichlorians! It's always the midichlorians! I made this one extra boozy. Fuck yeah. I hate the fact that Waza keeps saying the midichlorians. It's the Force, guys. It's the midichlorians. God damn it. And you can't argue it. You can't fucking argue it because it's fucking bullshit. Mm. Mm. Oh, that's delicious. I didn't start the next bottle because I'm not paying a fuck attention. Did they drop Metachlorians in the Mandalorian? Did they? They might have. I'm not gonna lie. The one cheesy moment of Mandalorian that I really didn't like too much is that he's not allowed to remove his mask, but the robot removes his mask because he's not a human, so it's okay. That was the only part that was like, eh. I was like, okay. We do need a lot of better. We need a way better explanation of him. Fuck. Well, that's why R2D2 and C3PO go suck a dick. I know it's a loophole, and obviously we're like, it's a loophole. Bah. This is not the way. X returns the Metachlorians. Only if Qui-Gon Jinn is back. Only if Qui-Gon Jinn is back. That'd be some fucking bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed, even when they came out, I really enjoyed 1 through 3. Now, obviously, Padme, Natalie Portman, I thought did a shit job. I never liked her character in there. Jar Jar was a bit annoying, but luckily they lessened his role in the future in the 2 and 3. And I thought Hayden Christensen also was pretty shit as an actor himself at the time. I kind of appreciated his later stuff. He did other movies later that I liked. But at the time, I thought he was just too untrained and new, which George Lucas wanted someone fresh to make it fresh. But even with everything in there, I enjoyed 1 through 3. Yeah, exactly. I thought that whole thing was kind of shit. I always enjoyed 1 through 3. My favorite Star Wars was Admiral Akbar said it's a trap, best line ever. I always was a Han Solo boy. As a young lad, I really loved Han Solo. Who doesn't? I used to love him as an adult. But Wedge was a good boy even later. Wedge was a good guy. Wedge was the boy. Lando always is a cunt. I never liked Lando. I still don't like Lando. Mace Windu was awesome, and there's a theory that he survived. Let's be. Yes, the original trilogy was really bad. Luke, especially. I don't think Harrison Ford's acting was bad. I don't think Harrison Ford's acting was bad. I thought his was top notch. Now, obviously, Carrie Fisher's was pretty lame too. The guy who played Lando did a good job of being a cunt. Darth Vader obviously did a good job of being a cunt, and all the Imperial officers were really good too. I would say Luke and Carrie Fisher, or Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher were probably the worst actors of those series. But I think Mark Hamill kind of grew as an actor later on, and he's now one of my favorite actors, voice and live acting. Carrie Fisher never grew on me. I don't think she ever did anything of importance after. She had a lot of shit going on, I suppose. Harrison Ford, I still thought did a fucking brilliant job. Obviously, Sam Jackson's the best at everything he does, Waza. Yeah. Like, no one in a trilogy, no one can say shit for 3 people. In the whole 4 people. I'm going to add it to 4. 4 people in the whole original trilogy. We got Obi-Wan, fucking badass. Never. Even when he's a Padawan, brilliant. Qui-Gon Jinn. Fucking Qui-Gon Jinn, hell yeah. The fucking boy. Love him. You got Mace Windu, obviously badass. Badass motherfucker, purple lightsaber and all. And Ian McDermott at the Senate. He did a brilliant job. Really job. Darth Maul! It's hard to say his acting ability, although the fight scenes were brilliant. He didn't really say anything. He did the choreography and fight scenes were brilliant as fuck. But other than that, no. Yoda was a cunt. Fuck him. I said Yoda was a cunt in those movies, so he didn't really do anything, and he should have known better. He should have seen everything coming. If he's so fucking clairvoyant, he should have saw everything coming. Fuck that shit. Mace Windu, I think, was too vengeful and too zealot of the Jedi Order to block of Anakin's promotion to Master. You know, Anakin was a bitch for wanting it anyway. But Yoda should have saw that. Oh, in fact, the whole Jedi Order should have saw that. It was basically a cult at that point. Like Pinball Yoda the 3. Pinball where he's jumping all over the place. Yes. I think so too. I think he does. I think it's way more love. Honestly, obviously Mace Windu is also up there, but I will say Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan stole the prequel show. He totally did. The whole fucking way. Ewan McGregor? Fuck yeah, man. He was the best. And he showed the compassion, like, it's over, Anakin. I have the higher ground. Like, he was giving him time to just drop it. You don't have to do it. He goes, like, you underestimate my power. And then he got fucked over for it. But he had the compassion, and you could feel it in him. Yeah, but it doesn't fucking matter. He was the youngest master ever to exist. And everyone else had to go through more trials and tribulations than he did. So why the fuck should he be escalated to it? It's because he was being a whiny cunt. And he killed all the younglings! I'm about Star Wars right now because it's Ian McDermott's birthday. Oh no, what do you guys think? How's it going, Maji? Save her from what? She wasn't dying. Unless he knew she was. I don't remember that bit of her dying. Oh, you mean as a whole? Like of age? Oh yeah, his visions. I forgot about his visions. His visions are dumb. Look what his visions did. It caused her death. Alright, let's get off the Star Wars topic. Let's keep moving on. This next one's probably the most controversial topic I've ever had. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it. But that's what we're about. Hate. Bacon. It's overrated. It's absolutely overrated. Waz is right, see? All prophecies work themselves out. There we go. I knew he was gonna do it. It's rated right. Overrated. You're right, it is overrated. Let's be real about this. Yeah, you got a lot of forms. No, this is where I draw the. Of course you do. You forgot you don't like bacon. Thank you, Waza. Thank you for agreeing with me. You got two types of bacon usually. You got the super crispy bacon, which tastes like salt. And then you have the super soggy bacon that tastes like salt. It has no real flavor. It has nothing. Hold on. A bit one day? No. I've had bacon. I've eaten bacon before. I just don't like it. Bacon flavor shit is too. Crispy bacon is terrible. I don't want to eat the hearty, salty stuff. Exactly. I think. Okay. Here's the thing. Does it have its elements sometimes that maybe it can be not super shit? Sure. It probably can. Maybe on breakfast foods, it goes with the eggs that are bland and it kind of complements it a bit. Fine. But fucking throwing bacon on everything, like, it's so fucking shit. Like, it's just salt. It's just another form of fucking salt for the most part. Like, even wrapping bacon around filet mignon, I think, is kind of just overrated, too. No. See, the thing about BLTs is the B and the T suck cheese, man. So all you're getting is a fucking L sandwich. Was a carbonara. It's just... If you're gonna have it, make sure it's good. And just because it's bacon doesn't make something so much better. Do you hate puppies too? The bastard ones. I hate kids more. Here's the thing. The BLT I can maybe get behind as why people might like it. You're really just eating a lettuce, tomato, and bacon. So it's the star of the show, really. And you're eating bacon for bacon. You're eating the flavor of it all. But when you throw bacon on every fucking thing else, it just seems so fucking stupid. It seems it's overrated. And people are like, oh god, I love to eat bacon all fucking day. It's like, no shit you do. It's fucking pork, and pork has no taste. Just left out on the counter. I bet he does. Yeah, but tomatoes suck too. Bacon, mac and cheese, get the fuck out of here. Just eat ham. Exactly, just eat ham. Now, prosciutto. Would you call prosciutto bacon? I don't think you would call that bacon, right? Yeah. That's the thing, though, about wrapping bacon and filet mignon. I don't think it really adds that much flavor. I think, yeah, it's cured meat. Prosciutto's a cured meat. I think wrapping filet mignon with bacon is just... I don't think it actually does anything better for the filet mignon. I know you're supposed to add flavor to it, but I just don't think it does enough. And you're kind of wasting the beef tenderloin, as we'll call it, when you could just properly season it and just be fine. And add the flavor to it by just normal reasons rather than wrapping bacon around it. Obviously, this is my opinion. I'm not a big bacon fan in general. I've done a lot of bacon filet mignons. I've done it a lot. I just think it's just kind of shit. It is. You're right. It is. It's a tender one, but so is veal. Yeah, I think pig or ham in general, or pork, is overrated. Nope, wouldn't do it. Nah, cream cheese, jalapenos wrapped around with bacon. No, I wouldn't like it. I would eat it as being a nice gesture, but I would never order it by choice. I think you're kind of shit. Fuck you, Crispy. It's just one of those things. Like, I don't know. I think I'm not saying bacon doesn't have its applications. I'm saying it definitely has its applications. I'm saying bacon, and I'm going to blame hipsters for this more than anything, or maybe some fucking pop culture. I think it's so overrated. Like, it's the most coveted fucking thing in the world. My cooking would be better if you could use a controller. I bet it would, Crispy. It's a meme, yes, but the problem with this meme is it's outside of people who even like memes. Bacon culture is expanded through everything. I know kids who like it just because it has the word bacon. Everyone likes it because it just has the word bacon. That's my fucking problem. Because it's outside of this culture. It's spread too far. It won't die. I was like, bacon on it. Like, fuck you, man. No, fuck you. It has no place here. The only thing, the absolute only reason hating that things that are popular isn't a personality trait. No, it's not because it's popular. I'm hating it not just because it's popular. I'm hating it because the popular is putting it in places it doesn't belong. The popularity overextended itself. It's not, it's popular, I like eating bacon. It's because it has bacon in it, it must be good. That's the point. So that's my thing. There's a couple of things. It's popular like for the wrong reasons, like Fortnite. The thing about Fortnite is the game itself is fine in a general sense. It's a shitty game, but it's fine. People like it. If you like the game, so be it. But to think, can you stream I've actually played Fortnite recently, Frozen. and I won. I literally, like, I told this story the other day. I played Fortnite for the first time ever. Like Battle Royale. I played Save the World when it came out. I never played Battle Royale. I played it on PC for the first time solo just to try the game, and I won. I fucking won. And I was fucking pissed. I was like, this cannot be true. I didn't build, really. I just was a dick. I didn't hide the whole game. I just wanted to get myself killed to make a point. And I wanted to kill as many people as I could. I treated it like Modern Warfare. And I ended up winning. And I was like, what the fuck? And I've won so many fucking games. I have played it since. I was like, this was a fluke. If I'm not trying to do the challenges, because if I was just doing the challenges because I was playing with other people who like the game, like my nephews and shit, and I was playing it to do it, and if I wasn't doing the challenges, I always get top 10. I always get top 5. And the only reason I don't win sometimes is because everyone just builds like a base, and I'm just too lazy to do it. So I just don't care enough, because I don't care to get good at the game. So if you like Fortnite, fine. I would say it's similar to Fortnite. No, it's not. I'm saying bacon has its place. But just the example, just because it's a Fortnite themed thing doesn't mean it's good or bad. That'd be like Fortnite Nerf guns. Let's go with Nerf guns, because I've seen those recently. Just cause it's a Fortnite Nerf gun doesn't make it a good Nerf gun. Just because bacon's on it doesn't mean it's amazing. It's overextended itself. That's the point. It's well overextended itself. The difference between Fortnite one is just because I think the bacon one just so overextended itself because it's just more of a broader audience of extension. Because Fortnite's a gaming thing. Some people just like bacon. Yeah. No, I won't get over it. Because there's some things that bacon is just dumb to be on. Like when you're going to add like... Here's an example. Someone sent me this the other day. 1,000 pepperonis on a slice of pizza. Why would that be good? No, it's overrated. That's why my point was, Monk, is it's overrated because they put it on everything. Because people put it on everything and they think automatically it's good just because bacon's there. Like bacon wrapped jalapenos, for instance. Maybe it's good, I guess. That's actually a pretty common one. I've seen bacon on some hipster menus that I'm just like, why the fuck are you doing this? Like, why? Like, they're like, bacon nachos, I think, is just a travesty. But I'm a nacho fan. I just hate bacon enough. I think it's just too crispy and it's too salty. You already have nachos that are salty as is, so you're just adding to the thing. Yeah, 1,000 pepperonis on one slice of pizza is a fucking joke. Yeah, don't order and move along with it. It's not about me not ordering it. If I wasn't about me not ordering it, that's like me saying, hey guys. Okay, oh shit, I'm not going to say this line. Fuck. Can I say this line? Hold on, let me think about this. Because this game exists. I might just say it. Hold on, let me think. I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. It's a game about doing things forcefully to a kid, a mother and a daughter, when the daughter might be borderline underage. Right? Okay. I felt like you were for me, alright? So it's one of these type of games that made some news about 10 years ago. Yeah, I could not buy this game and move along, but why should this game exist? And I say forcefully, you know what the fuck I mean. I could obviously just move along, but I don't think this game should exist. I think this is a bad idea. I think it's great. Yeah. Pretty fucking blowing. You're gonna be blowing backs by force all day long. Cheeseman 9. No, not telling the name of the game. It is in actually the Twitch's. I can't think of the game. It's in one of. I think it's in Twitch's banned game list. I think I saw it. Let me look at Twitch banned games. I think it's actually named in the prohibited. No, Leisure Suit Larry's fine. Kind of. It is. It is in Twitch's prohibited game list. And it's by name. And if you don't see it right there, Keela basically wrote the first word out. So it's there. That game exists. It's kind of fucked up. It's like that kind of thing. Yeah, if you don't like it, move on. That's kind of that's some dangerous line. I don't like some things that are pretty. I don't like anti-vaxxers. Should I just move along with their ideologies? No. I should speak out and bitch about it. And I'm going to keep bitching about it because I think it's wrong. Just like I think bacon being overrated is wrong. Should it be unapplicable on certain things? Yes. But I think the common sense from most people, just because they like bacon, is just because there's bacon on it, it should be okay or great. No. And it's been oversaturated. And I blame the hipsters for it, to be honest. I absolutely blame the hipsters. I think they made it bigger than it should have been. Those flannel fucks. For those who are curious, it's on the prohibited game list. Second category, third page down. Their third game on the second row. Pink Dolphin, thank you for the 5th month sub. Appreciate it. Did that not pop up on my screen? Why didn't that pop up on my screen? Did that pop up? I'm gonna do it again. Did that work? Nothing's working anymore. It did pop up? Okay, then I'm okay. As long as it popped up. Pink Dolphin, how are you? Visual things but use the side of cares. No. This is not about that. This is about things that are completely out of control. Now, if that the Karen side of me would be going to a restaurant and bitching that it's on their company policy that they're serving this dish and saying this isn't right. But me on my own forum bitching about it without impeding on someone who's actually in the business at their workspace, that is not Karen of me. I can do that. I knew this was going to be a controversial topic. And Pink, how are you? And has anyone figured out the game I was talking about? Okay, just try. Is your dad still there? How are you, other than wrong about bacon? How are you just a cunt? Let's talk about that now, Pink, for disagreeing with me. Facebook Karening it. A little bit, yeah. I get Facebook Karen it a bit. No, the difference is this is my own medium. This is my show. I'm voicing my concerns in my own way. And the difference is I'm allowing other people to voice their actions back. We're having a discussion. Discussions should be allowed. That's the difference. Well, that's good. Did you have fun at least while you was there, Pink? No, Karens would not allow discussion on your opinions. Much how you guys are all talking about BLTs and shit. And I actually agree with the BLT. I think the BLT at least showcases it. My issue is not about the BLT. It's about all the other things that bacon automatically makes it better. Well, that's good. I'm on board of this one. This one's for Garg. So, Monk, if you want to screenshot or clip some of this shit and at Garg on this one, feel free. I bet you know what this one is already just for saying that. Tequila, you can too. You were there for this too. Fruit of bacon. Diablo Immortal, boys. Is it not so immortal? A lot of people think bacon makes things automatically better. And in fact, my brother-in-law thinks bacon makes things automatically better. My nephews think bacon makes things automatically better. My brothers, my stepfather, my mom. I know tons of people who think bacon make things automatically better. And they say that exact line. And you know the brother-in-law I'm talking about. Why do you hate your family? Lots of reasons. We're not on bacon anymore. We're on Diablo Immortal. Does anyone remember this game? Now, for record, when you play this game, you might have to enter your phone number. That might be a problem to some of you. But it's probably going to be a requirement. Because you got to play on your phones. But remember this game, was this 2018? You did not used to have this game, Cheeseman. It never came out. You never heard of this, Frozen? I think this was in BlizzCon 2018 when this game was announced. I'm pretty sure it was 2018. I don't think it was 9. It was definitely not 19. It couldn't have been 19. I think it was like November of 18 or September of 18 or October or whatever. This game made a big deal because there has not been a new Diablo game since Diablo 3, which I think came out in 2011 or 12. Thank you, Monk. And it Diablo 3 wasn't really a big contender. It didn't have really any of the feel that Diablo 2 had. Oh, you had Diablo 2 if you got ganked. You had Diablo 2, cheese man. Diablo 2 came out in 2000, I think. 99 or 2000. I think it's 2000. And then the Lords of Destruction came out in 2001 or 2. You did half-acid. So the thing with Diablo 3 that kind of sucked is Diablo 3 had kind of a feel of Diablo 2, but it became very much monotonous. There was no rejuvenation of it. The skill trees weren't existent at all. They didn't have any depth. There was no real growth. They tried to make it feel more like an MMO to compete, and they did have to make some new mechanics, but it just didn't work. It didn't work. They tried to do the seasons things to make it work a little better with the random dungeons, but at the end of the day, people just end up getting high level or hitting a thing and getting boosted up, and then to get your shit yourself, and it just became repetitively monotonous and boring. That was the issue. They did have a real life store in the beginning of Diablo 3, where people used to make a lot of money off of by running their bots. They had to cancel the bot store because too many bots were making too much money. I know someone who was making a lot of money off it. And it just died. And it's still a dead game. I mean, they're still releasing stuff, and some people are really devoted to the game, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's the same axes, the same everything else randomly generated. And that was kind of the whole thing of Diablo 2, but at Diablo 2 at the time, there was no MMOs. And MMOs had the thing that Diablo 2 had. So people really wanted something else. They wanted something that felt like Path of Exiles. They wanted something that feels like, I wouldn't say Wolcen, what Wolcen should have been. So there was that. So then people were really getting up hopes. They knew there was a Diablo panel for 2018. They knew that BlizzCon. They were going to announce a new Diablo. And everyone was hoping it'd be Diablo 4. And it came out, and it was Diablo Immortal, which was a phone game. It was not very well received. In fact, on stage, he did the dumbest comment. Don't you all have phones? Because it wasn't the fact that everyone had access to the game. It was the fact that they wanted a Diablo 4, a game to themselves that they could actually play, and not a fucking phone game. Oh, they got fucking super triggered. Super fucking triggered. That's why the meme started, don't you have phones? But here's the thing, ever since then, there really hasn't been any word about Diablo. They came out with a couple things a little bit right after saying, hey guys, don't worry, this is going to be this is going to be this, it's going to be that. And at the end of the day, for a phone game, it probably wouldn't have been anything better than a Lineage 2 or any other bullshit that came out. Because it's a phone game. There's limitations to it. They're going to push microtransactions like a motherfucker. You know that's true. And it would just be like another pay to win, pay to cosmetic bullshit. You know it's true. It's what they would do. It's what they would do. Because it's a fucking phone game. You can't, like, everyone's like, phone gaming is the new way. No, it's not. Like, anyone who thinks phone gaming is the new way to play shit is a fucking idiot. Yeah, you can probably reach a wider audience, but the quality of the game is going to be shit. It's not going to be anything anyone's going to remember 5 years from now. No one's going to care. Much like how people don't remember Lineage 2 or Aeon or any of this other shit. No one's going to ever think of it. And that's what Diablo Immortal is. But the thing is, Diablo Immortal might have been at least somewhat of a... What's the word? A mind-numbing year? It might have been somewhat okay to play. But they haven't announced anything in a year and a half. Unless some of the other people know, if they have talked about it. I know they did some minor updates here and there. But for a game called Diablo Immortal, it still seems mortal because it seems like it's dead. Wow. There we go, Monk. What'd you write on that one? God, give me those digits. I want them dick. You spelled pics wrong. How do you even do that wrong? Fuck. Well, what are your thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts on Diablo Immortal? Were you, if it came out, would you download it? Would you try it? I would try it. I would download just to see what the fuck the deal is. I mean, I don't give a shit. What's it gonna do? Worst case, if I download it, I'm not gonna like it, and then I'll just delete it. That's my opinion. But would you guys play it? Would you try it? It's gonna be the same viewpoint. You'll have the same isometric viewpoint. So that's a given. Will the game be free? I think it's free. I think it's free. I think it would be a free game. If they're pushing microtransactions, it will be free. Now, it won't be anything more than $5 or $10. There's no way they would push that any higher. Because there'd still be microtransactions in it no matter what. And it would be multiplayer to a point, but really the big thing about it is, and they showcased some of the gameplay video, basically you have your left thumbstick, which is like a joystick, like a virtual dumb joystick they have in any other fucking game. And you have like 3 abilities and you just click them. And honestly, I think it'd just be uncomfortable to play. I'd rather buy Diablo 4. Exactly, and that's the thing. That's why everyone's so pissed. So, I have a theory. And I don't know if it's true. It's just pure speculation. There's no truth to... There's no evidence to this, I should say. So Diablo 2 is still 30... Well, Diablo 3 is cheaper than $30. I'm pretty sure Diablo 3 is way cheaper than $30. So Diablo 2 is still 20. Because of it's a phone game. Phone games are generally cheaper. Phone games are always cheaper. There are very few phone games that are over $10. That are at least of AAA title. The reason this one would be cheap is because there's microtransactions in it. I think this one would be phone. Hell no, I'd play it. Well, there we go. The thing with this one, why I think we haven't heard anything about it, I think they abandoned this project. I think they abandoned this like StarCraft Ghost, which everyone remembers that game, which is supposed to be a GameCube game that looked fucking badass, by the way. I think they abandoned it. I think they knew it wasn't going to work. And I think they thought, and if they do release it, it's like Half-Life 3. Not quite. I think it's like Half-Life 3 because I don't think Half-Life 3 ever started development. Not really. Outside of the storyboard. It did start storyboard development, but I don't think it actually started like graphical development. The thing they did with Half-Life Ghost, or not Half-Life Ghost, StarCraft Ghost, is they actually had almost a full-fledged alpha or beta, and they abandoned it. Same thing like they did with the Warcraft point-and-click adventure game called Warcraft Adventures. Where it was like made like the Disney style, and it was like King's Quest-ish. I think they abandoned it because they're trying to save their image, kind of. But I don't think they're really trying to save their image. I think they realized releasing this game so soon would be super counterproductive, and I think the hate that would go around it would be a lot worse. Thanks, Monk. So I think the biggest thing is, I think what they're doing is, it's been a year and a half, and usually to make a brand new game of a AAA variety, even though we had a pandemic, this is again pure speculation, but the thing is they haven't really released a lot of knowledge about this game, is I think they're making a PC counterpart to this game. I think they're making a version of this game. It's not going to be much graphical better. I think they're making a game that's going to have the same microtransactions, the same bullshit, same way to make a lot of money, but they're going to make it so you can play it on the PC as well as a phone at the same time. Same account. Play it on the go and play it not. And that's the problem with it, though. I think they're going to make it so it's going to be so simplified. But they're going to be like, hey, look, guys, it's computer. So Facebook gaming per se, close. Except for I think it's going to cost more money. I think they're trying to at least find a way to integrate the phone and the PC. So they're like, hey, look, guys, you have phones, but you also have the computer, too. You can play it on the computer, too. They put so much into development of it, they might cancel it. Blizzard has been known to cancel games when they're almost complete. They've known to do it because they're worried about tarnishing their image. However, since Activision taken over, I don't think they give a shit anymore. They're going to still tap into this money market. But we haven't heard anything about it. Because we haven't heard anything about it, I think they're doing something drastic. Either improve it or abandon it. They haven't closed down the website. They haven't done anything like that, so I don't think they abandoned it yet. I think they're doing something to either grossly improve the phone game to make it play on computer, because everyone's critique on the game wasn't the game, it was the fact that it's a phone game. Oh, dude, a Warcraft Battle Royale. I think it would be Warcraft, or if it was gonna, honestly, I don't even think it would be a Warcraft Battle Royale. I think it would be a Blizzard Battle Royale. I think it would be like Hearthstone in the sense where it brings all the StarCraft, the Warcraft, the Overwatch all together. And they're battle royaling. The real Zerg Rush. Gruesome's right. What's up, Gruesome? How are you? I don't know. I think they would do a Hearthstone type of thing. Hearthstone was not Hearthstone. Sorry, I meant Heroes of the Storm. I didn't mean Hearthstone. I mean Heroes of the Storm. Heroes Battle Royale. I think I liked Heroes of the Storm. I liked Heroes of the Storm by concept. I think it was pretty neat. I enjoyed it for what it was. I don't think it was the best MOBA. I don't even like MOBAs that well. I could get behind. If they did that, I could probably get behind it. As long as they didn't allow building. I think any game that you can build is dumb. Also, shots. I'll do a shot with you, brother. Tequila's been really quiet. Are you even still there? We've frozen devils. He's been talking. Ready? Let me know when you're ready. We're gonna move on to the next topic in a second. He's busy driving slow. You're right, Frozen. I'm gonna have a quick sip of this. Delicious. Actually, it's kind of, the drink's kind of grown. Cheers, man. Whew. All right, next topic. We're done with Diablo Immortal. This is pretty. I thought they fixed it. What are you drinking? I'm drinking a Woo Woo Martini. We're trying a new drink every time we do these now, so I'm gonna. It's a pretty decent drink. I gave it a 6.5, even though I modified the recipe. And it was still too sweet. So the original would have been even sweeter. Yeah. Maybe just do vodka straight at this point. Call of Duty bug. Everyone knows this bug. If you've been watching my stream in the last days, it's a bug that only affects PC. It's a grossly game-breaking bug. It's a grossly game-breaking bug. It basically makes weapons with camouflage or anything, possibly after Gulag, affect you, where it blinds your screen, makes artifacts, and terrible fucking shit happen. It doesn't affect everybody. It affects a lot of PC players. It does not affect console. It does not affect PlayStation or Xbox. It doesn't affect them. It only affects PC. Here's the big thing about this AAA fucking company. They did not even acknowledge this bug existed till the last 24 hours. They finally acknowledged it. And here's the fuck thing is, they only acknowledged it on their fucking Twitter. For a AAA company, they didn't even acknowledge this on their current bug section of their fucking website. Life isn't this pet. What is AAA? Yeah, AAA means it's a AAA. Yeah, top tier. It's where they're spending a lot of money. It's on this game, and they couldn't. Yeah, it's top tier. No, the bug hasn't been around for ages though. So there were variants of the bug that affected certain systems. Welcome back, Tequila. So what happened is, it happened in the last season 5 patch. What happened last Tuesday. It's been a week. They finally acknowledged it as of Monday. I think around like 5 o'clock at night, something like that. And they finally mentioned on Twitter, but on their current thing, and they said they have no ETA on it. But then they released a patch today, and I was hopeful. I was so hopeful they fixed it. But here's the thing. I was on, and it didn't affect me, which I tried to make it affect me. I thought they fixed it, but then it happened to someone else who was playing. And then whenever I died, luckily I only saw it when I was spectating, but it never affected me when I was playing luckily today. But I think I just got lucky. So this patch is... The biggest thing I have against this is NVIDIA, who recognized this wasn't an NVIDIA graphics card bug. This was a everyone bug. Even the competitors had it. They were more quick to respond to the people complaining about this than Infinity Ward was, who makes Modern Warfare. And like, why is that even allowed? Why is that accepted? And better yet, why has it taken a week for them to even acknowledge it, or even to say they're trying to fix it? And better yet, it's been 5 seasons. Why is this a bug? This is a game-breaking bug. This isn't like a small thing, like, oh, this weapon's overpowered. You can. They were quicker to respond to the helicopter bug. They were quicker to remove that shit than it was to fix this bug. And why is that okay? Like, what the fuck? It's like such a joke. Helicopters are the most important, but the whole thing is it would let them go into the ground. That's the biggest thing. And they fixed it. I have a theory too. Well, not a good theory. So the thing I have is I think a lot of the big players who play the game and the top competitors are console players in some form or variant. They stream it. It must be. And I'm not denying it's going to be a big fucking bug fix, but why did the bug even happen? How did it get through the public test realm? Anyone? Well, I would always buy a year behind Frozen. I would never buy the new. I always buy a year behind. I think, how did it get through public test realm? How did it get through the public test release, I guess it would be called? How did this bug get through? On 5 seasons later, how is this even allowed? So are they even doing QA on this? Like, what the fuck? Second, I don't think they even were quicker to react by it because it didn't affect the larger audience of the people who stream the game. A lot of these big people who stream Call of Duty, obviously are PC players, but a lot of them are console players. And it doesn't affect them. Or because the issue they did is such a big fuck up, they didn't want to acknowledge they fucked up so bad. And they definitely did. It took them a fucking week to acknowledge it. And this shit was being released day one, like tons of people. In fact, people were saying they were posting it on their fucking board saying this is a bug, look at these screenshots. And it was getting deleted. Yeah, they don't care about the players. I knew they didn't care about the players, but still, this is game breaking. And the fuck thing too is, this basically makes it so PC players are at such a heavy disadvantage. They have to fucking guess. Do they want to take their loadout, which their loadout obviously is the best guns, the ones they're comfortable with, the ones they like the most? Do they got to decide, do they want it? Or do they want to risk bugging their game? Or allow the counter players to go? So it's just fucked. It's just absolutely fucked. This is one of the bugs that still fucks with me today. Well, don't get me started with that quick potato chip. Don't get me started on quick potato chip. Don't get me started on that shit. What are your thoughts? Is it allowed? Any thoughts on this? This obviously only affects people who play Call of Duty, which is probably just me, Gruesome, and Monk. Suck a mighty dick. That's fine by me. This next one's controversial. Again. Oh, there's Krillic. Thank you, Krillic. You're lucky. What's up, Krillic? This next one's Steam. Should be a lot of this on back. Well, there should have been a more backlash. That's the fucking problem. That's the thing of that. Steam. I actively don't like Steam. It used to be this beautiful platform. Fuck Steam. Whatever to Steam. So, my take on Steam is Steam used to be a thing that had good summer sales. I want to say, Lord, I don't think he has much involvement in it, to be honest. I don't think Gabe has much. He's rich. He doesn't need to be. Why would he? Steam used to be or Valve used to be a company that made games, made beautiful games, made a lot of games that had thought, that were different, that were unique. No, here's the thing. It's not the sales itself. So the sales used to be so much better. The sales used to be great. When you knew Steam had Steamworks protection, you knew it was going to be quality. This was back in 2008, 2009, 2010-ish era. It was great. Fantastic. But then something happened where they just didn't coordinate. They didn't care. They didn't fucking, nothing mattered. And they went to just be a game releasing platform where people would release their games on these clients. They might need Steamworks, some of them, some might not, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Steam summer sales actually meant something. Steam winter sales meant something. Now they don't anymore. They don't anymore because the games coming out just suck, generally. The sales aren't as good. But the biggest thing that I think they really fucked up, it started with this, is allowing games to come out before they're ready to be released. So we had pre-release sales. Yeah, the early accesses, the early releases. Downfalled it. You could charge full price for a fucking game that isn't ready yet. And then they wouldn't ever release the game. They would never release the game. And that's where I think it downfalled. I think that was the beginning of the downfall. So they're making a shit ton of killing money. They're making a fucking killer. Why would they need me to release the game? Why would they need to make any games? Because they're making so much on this shit. Now everyone hated Epic. And this is why I think Epic is better. Obviously Epic does some dirty practices, but technically still so is Steam. And Epic's starting to do the Steam thing, which is pissing me off. But we'll talk about that in a second. The second level of what Steam failed on is allowing so many indie games in it, and then allowing pornographic games in it. Now that's fine if you want to allow pornographic games in it, I guess. If you want to do it, so be it. But allowing the user base to categorize what these games are was the dumbest fucking idea in the goddamn world. Allowing the users to categorize the game over the developer is a fucking joke. And not allowing any insight or not oversight over it is just as fucking bad. So for instance, horror games is notorious for this. Good luck finding a horror game on Steam without coming across at least 3 porn games in the first fucking page. Like, the fuck? Or coming across any horror games that aren't some fucking stupid horror game because they're so bad. Like, it's so stupid. They allow, like, My Little Pony to be on, like, horror. Some children's game doing a horror. It's because they let the users do it. And obviously, users are going to be trolls about it. So everything's just categorized as shit. I know, right? There are 2 streams of categorization. They should honestly, first, they should have 3 actually. They should have early access be separated from everything else. They should have adult games separated from everything else. Now, obviously, you're going to have some issues with that adult game one, because there are some games like the game Lust, which is pornographic in a way, but it's not really. It is and it isn't. Kind of it is. It's phallic-y. But it isn't. Okay? So we got that. I mean, honestly, it's worth the sacrifice. It's worth the fucking sacrifice. Also, having shitty dollar games, like it's been riddled in dollar games. Games where people like buy the Unity fucking thing, then they buy a bunch of Unity assets, buggily code some bullshit in there where they're just shooting zombies and they throw it up there. Now you get a fucking game that's like nothing. It's not even a fucking game, and it's just riddling their shit. So Steam platform is just shit. So yeah, I had and everyone's like, oh, we got like Steam, like all my games in one place. First off, back in the day, we didn't have launchers. Every game had their own executable, so fuck that logic. Two, I don't give a shit. Like most of my Steam games are shit. They were bought in humble bundles or Steam sales, and I never really touched them. I've never played, and I guess I played in the space for 2 hours. I don't even remember doing it. Ethan Meteor Hunter, that's another one I have. Never fucking played it. Fractured Space, I guess I played for 45 minutes. Freaking Meatbags, I never played. Gal Confusion, like all these games, who cares? Right, you should be able, at least if you want to have user base, have a toggle. Exactly. Now here's the thing that I think about. I don't think I have a monopoly anymore. I think Epic really scared them. I think Epic scared them enough to make them make Half-Life Alyx. I don't think they were going to make that game until Epic started doing some slimy shit. And I'm okay with them doing slimy shit. In fact, I think hold on. It's texting me. What the fuck? I think the issue is Epic started doing Epic exclusives. Slime season, exactly. Epic started doing Epic exclusives, which scared them. And they were paying top dollar, but they could. They owned Fortnite. Fortnite made them fucking trillions. Maybe billions, but whatever. They gave them money enough for they don't have to worry about it. They could buy all this shit. And they had, well, the thing about Borderlands though is Borderlands was always kind of an epic-y game. I mean, it was 2K games obviously, but I'm not surprised it was an Epic exclusive. So even outside of that, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, it's their fucking property for the most part. The thing that they did that was great, Epic releases free games. You get free games all the time, and they take the hit for it. And the reason they're doing that, the whole reason they're doing that, is they want you as a consumer to have a library just as good as Steam's on yours. And I think they're doing it better than Steam. Fuck. Epic's fucking winter sales and summer sales and spring sales and soon to be fall sales are significantly better than Steam's. And it's not like this game is like 30% off, which it also is. They give you this $10 coupon that can make games that are like really high up, already sailed, and cheaper. Like I said, which is half of you guys, yeah, but the games are AAA. Like, I look at my Epic library for the most, not all of them are AAA, obviously. I look at my library and I can see no early access games. I see games that are notable and worthy of playing. 20XX, Observer, Amnesia, Alan Wake, Anno I bought actually technically, Assassin's Creeds, the Batman, all of the Batmans, the Borderland games, Canarium, Darksiders, I bought Detroit Human, that doesn't count. Drawful, For Honor, For the King, Faster Than Light. Like, it goes on. Grand Theft Auto. Like, they fucking released Grand Theft Auto on there. Their game releases are better. They're playing dirty. They're playing fucking dirty. Yeah, I only bought like 4 or 5 too. I didn't buy that many. They got the Batman Lego games. They have Limbo, Moonfighter. All these games are actually decent games. They're not like fucking bullshit games. These are games you would actually pay for normally. And they did a better job about it. And honestly, I want companies to fight dirty. Why the fuck not? It's a fucking launcher. Who cares? You have the BattleNet launcher. Why should you care about the fucking Epic one? They give GTA for away for, yeah, they did, Gruesome. Yes, they did. And the fuck thing is, I already bought it on Steam, which sucked. I bought it like a couple weeks earlier for like $10, which kind of annoyed me. Oh yeah, they definitely, yeah, that was a big deal. My point is having company loyalty is bad for you. You shouldn't be company loyal. That's anti-consumer. You should want them to fight over you. You should. And I just didn't get the anti-Epic hate. Obviously, they bought Borderlands 3, which was exclusive, blah, blah, blah. And everyone wanted it on Steam because they had Borderlands 1, 2 on Steam. Fucking who cares? You had the BattleNet launcher. Why does that fucking matter? Some people have the Uplay launcher to play Rainbow Six. No one gave a shit about that. What's to make a fucking difference is another one. I think Steam has fallen from its graces. I think they're a little bit dirtier about everything. I think they opened up too many doors to get a couple extra dollars. And I think it fell from grace. I think it's fallen from heavy grace. Yeah, I think it helps a lot. I think Steam getting where it was as far as it did without having a really good competitor hurt us. Exactly. Downloading a launcher doesn't fucking do anything. A launcher makes it surely convenient to have it in one spot. But who fucking cares? I don't even look at Steam Store anymore. I don't either. So much bloat. That's my problem. It's too bloated. And it's hard to navigate the bloat. Like, I look for horror games because I love horror games. I want to play the horror games. You all know I love horror games. But the issue with this shit is that it's too bloated. And the horror games you can't find. So you can't find anything you really like. I look at other sites, which I can't talk about on stream, to figure out what games are out. Because it's a lot easier to navigate than Steam. I honestly, the thing about PC, Sony, and Xbox is I just don't care. So obviously, Sony buying exclusive rights for like fucking like Marvel shit, the Spider-Man thing. The Spider-Man thing I got though, because I got the Spider-Man game. So obviously gonna dump shit on it. And everyone's fighting for money. But I don't even think I'm gonna buy those new ones right away. I don't think I'm gonna buy the games unless it's a really big exclusive game. I'll say this right now. The only game I would buy on the PlayStation right now, the only thing I would buy on the PlayStation is Resident Evil, but that's going to come out for the computer too, so who cares? It took you 2 hours? Jesus Christ, dude. It's just, I get why they do it. It's competition, and they want to make you have something over the other people. I get it. But they do it on some of the dumbest shit. The Avenger one, even the Spider-Man thing, I don't even think it was that iffy because they have the Spider-Man game. So I think that's probably the least iffy-ish one. There were some other ones, I don't even remember the game name titles that they were doing though, and I was just like, why? Fucking why? But I get why. This is the time to do it. Different company, I know, but I know it's a totally different company. But I mean, it's like, hey, we got Spider-Man on our console. Now we have Spider-Man for Avengers for a year. Check us out, boys. Like, we got the Spider-Man monopoly here. Yeah, I know. It's not about the look. It's just about the, hey, we got Spider-Man. And everyone loves Spider-Man. Is it not for a year? I thought it was only for a year. I thought it was only exclusive for a year. Is it permanent? If so, fuck yes. That's funny. The reason they're doing it now, you might have. I skimmed it because I didn't care. I was like, whatever. I just don't care enough. I skimmed it. I thought it was only for a year. I get why they're doing it now too. They're doing it because they're trying to entice you to buy their system. They want you to buy the PS5. Xbox is going to do the same thing. They didn't do it. They didn't do it for Avengers. They couldn't get it. They're going to do it for something else. They're going to both be trying to piss contest each other. It's what they do because they need, during the first year of sales for the new console is what matters. I was going for the PlayStation. I have a little PlayStation loyalty in the sense of I like their user interface better. I've in the past, I've always loved the user interface better. Kitty Detective. What Kitty Detective game? But here's the thing with the PS5, I don't like Halo. I never did. I was never a fan of Halo since Xbox One or next since the original Xbox came out. I was never a big fan of Halo. I always liked more PlayStation games. But the thing, especially streaming now lately, I can't be bothered to load up a console. Like, I can stream console. If you guys see me do it before, I'm kind of waiting for Psychosis to come back before I finish Last of Us Part 2. I've been saving a lot of single-player story games for him because he enjoys them. All straight. Oh! I actually know that one. I think I actually know what you're talking about. Is that on PlayStation? The thing is, I like my computer. The computer is easier. It's easier to manage. And I like streaming them on the computer. It's just easier. And I always will be PC preference. Now, when I eventually do get a PS5, I don't think I'm going to get a PS5 on launch. I was debating it. Unless something really big happens where I change my mind, like Resident Evil's only PS5 for like a year before it comes out on a computer, maybe then I will, because I really want to play Resident Evil. I think that's the thing. That's the thing too. Like, I know more people on PlayStation. I do. I know a lot more again on computer. But even because I know people on PlayStation, I'm probably not going to play with them. Let's be real. I'm not going to do it. Like, I know a lot more people on PlayStation. Garg's on PlayStation. Blue Boy's on PlayStation. Sidewinders on PlayStation. D-Boy or something's on PlayStation. And I also want to play Spider-Man. I really do want to play Spider-Man. I was tempted to do it too. But I'm never adding into my calculation if I'm going to play with people because I stream so much that I don't think I will play with them ever. I just don't think I will. I think all my multiplayer games are going to be purely computer. I'll play PlayStation for single player games or console for single player games. I think I'll never think of my calculation of if I'm going to get something for the multiplayer aspect. Because odds are I won't actually do it. I don't. I differ with you, man, Frozen. I actually like PlayStation's online experience more than Xbox's. But I don't use the Xbox, or not the Xbox, the console for anything other than what it is. For the gaming part, I like the party system and I like the games that's in it. And that's about it. I don't use it for Netflix. I don't use it for any social media. I don't use it for any media system other than the game. I don't care about anything else. And I don't care about it because I have all these other systems or all these other platforms. I just keep it plugged in for that reason. Then if I have both, so Monk, are you talking about PC? Because I always will gravitate towards PC. Always will gravitate towards PC. 100%. But if it was console only, we'll say, if it's for argument's sake, if you have both systems and it's console only, it's tough. It's a tough choice, not gonna lie. Honestly, I would probably... If it's console only, I would probably go for whatever one's cheaper. It would just be like whatever system's cheaper. And if it was they're both the same, hypothetically. If they're both the same, honestly, I'd probably go PlayStation. And the reason I'd probably go PlayStation is just because I like the controller better. But that's just me preference of liking the controller better. Outside of that, there's just that. What controller do you like more? A lot of people like the Xbox controller more. I personally like the PlayStation one more. Just because I've been playing with it forever, and that's the one most of my games are on. That's about it. I just think visually the controller looks prettier too. So maybe 20 years from now. Maybe 20 years from now I can say, hey, look at this. This controller looks beautiful. Outside of that, just because stream, and this is just me because I stream. Figure out another X location. What? I don't need to figure out what this. Well, whatever. Whenever I look at controllers too, I never actually look at what they are. The buttons are, because I know. Even on Xbox, like I just know. And I never even play an Xbox. I just will know because of it makes sense where the button is. Like reload buttons are either going to be circle or square. Or when I say that for the PlayStation, it will either be the left button or the right button. I never actually read what the buttons are. I just fucking, it just feels natural because it makes sense where they are. Does it mess you up? I never actually look at the buttons. I guess and then hope for the best. I don't know. I don't think the console things make that much sense. Like, I don't think it matters too much anymore. I'll obviously, because I stream, I'm a streamer itself, I gravitate with computer. I'm not playing PlayStation or Xbox anymore for the multiplayer aspects, or very rarely will I. So, obviously there might be some exceptions if there's a really game that's so exclusive and I can't do it, and that's my only method. Fine, like Animal Crossing was. Yeah, PC Master Race for sure. That's why. It's just easier. It's easier to talk to you guys without looking down at anything. It's just easier to do shit. So at the end of the day, it's like fucking I don't know. I don't care about console wars anymore. PC Master Race is true. How are we done with that? It was not so much. Oh, we're getting close to the end. Sweet. This one is not so controversial. It's just a thing that I got an email about, and I was like, why am I getting an email about this shit? Twitch Prime is now called Prime Gaming. They sent this big email. They're sending all these fucking things out saying, oh my god, we're renovating everything. We're making everything better. We're changing the name of everything. Rah! It's so stupid. They rebranded themselves. They're making a big deal like it's anything different. Exactly. It's the same fucking thing. Wow, you guys can't actually hear the music anymore, can you? Does it really stop? Wow, when did the music stop? When did the music stop? Whatever, I fixed it now. Just why? Exactly. I thought there was music playing the whole time. Crazy. Probably a long time ago, because I just noticed it. Supposed to be calming music. Oh, that's great. Kind of wanted some ambiance in the background, so now it's just me talking. So the thing about it is just why. Exactly, it's just why. It does nothing different. I gotta think it's like the subs are gonna be the same. It's like, okay, great. What's changed? You're gonna get as a viewer, you're gonna get like exclusive games and add-ons. I'm like, so it's the same fucking thing. You just change it from Twitch Prime to Prime Gaming. Thanks, Monk. Thanks for that. So it's just, to me, it's just a big why. It's a why. Like, fine, you're rebranding yourself, but why announce it so bad? The Twitch Prime subs are now Prime Gaming subs. Yes. And it doesn't even sound as fun to say. It's Prime Gaming. Hey guys, don't forget to give me your Prime Gaming subs. Like, get the fuck out of here. And now you basically also removed the Twitch element to the name, which kind of like brought it, hey, you're at Twitch, you're watching Twitch. Twitch is all gaming, so then the Prime Gaming sub is even worse name. I don't want to say it either. I don't even ask for Twitch Prime subs ever. I don't ask for any subs ever. My whole argument, or no, whole point is that they kind of seem to really push this new rebranding system. And they rebranded it, but they didn't change anything. So it's like, why do I care? You're rebranding, you change the name, but they're really pushing like, we're changing all this stuff, or check out all these things we're doing. And it's the same things. Things we all knew about. Things as you guys all know it does. As a streamer, it does nothing different. As a viewer, it does nothing different. But they wanted to emphasize that it did nothing different. We're like, hey, just so you know, it's the same amount as a normal sub. Like, who gives a fuck? They're making it seem like they're adding add-on content for games like Hyper Squad or whatever the fuck the game's called. They already were doing that, and it's the same shit they were doing for Warframe or something else. So why the fuck does it matter? It just seems so stupid. It's like this rebranding purpose trying to get itself maybe away from the just chatting streams. Maybe is that the purpose? Like trying to even give it so you still have it, but try to make it so Twitch is more focused on gaming. But that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why would they do that? It's like a family constantly talk about how their walls are now slightly different color yellow. Right, it's the same fucking color though. I just don't get it. And I don't get, like, I got this email. I was like, oh shit, they're changing what Twitch Prime does? And I read it, I was like, this is the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Why are you trying to say you're doing something different when you're doing something the exact fucking same? Why is this a thing? And I struggle with it. I don't get it. I hate it because it's like, why is this a focus for you? And you didn't even make an effort to hide it better. Like, I feel like maybe I'd be less insulted if they put a little bit more effort into fooling me. Maybe I would be a little bit less upset about it. Like, maybe that's one of my deals. Maybe I would be less upset if they were lying better. Like, now you're just insulting me. You're too lazy to lie. It's an eggshell color. What type? There's like two. There's a white and a brown eggshell, right? Like, it's just so. It's just, oh, fucking stupid. And it does fucking nothing. And the stupid fucking thing is, the absolute stupid fucking thing is, they did change something, but they didn't announce it, or at least I missed it. They added something to Twitch that I didn't know existed. Maybe there was an email, but I fucking missed it because they didn't shoot it out, but I doubt they did. They changed something, which we're going to talk about in a later subject. But why not announce that? Like, why did they do that? I was like, this is awesome. I wish I had ideas for it, but this is a cool thing. Why wasn't this mentioned earlier? And when was it added? Because I have no idea when this new feature was added. It wasn't a month ago. I know that because I looked in there a month ago. It wasn't there in July. But now there's this thing here. This has never been cool. Pretty fucking much. But this new thing I think is a really good idea. They're not showcasing it. So it just makes no fucking sense. It makes no goddamn sense. They have this new rebranding thing, but they don't talk about any of the other changes they made that actually are worth noting. I don't know. Like, and also, who gives a shit what it's called? Between Twitch Prime and Prime Gaming, who really cares? It's linked with Amazon Prime. Unless... You think they're changing? They're going to change something? It wouldn't be about synergy. That's the thing. If they wanted synergy, you got Amazon Prime and Twitch. Twitch Prime, that's linked together. Prime Gaming means they're trying to distance themselves from Twitch. Which could be a possibility. That's the thing, unless you think they're going to change the name from Twitch. But if you change the name from a fucking battleship of Twitch, everyone thinks you're streaming, they think you're streaming Twitch. Twitch is the flagship. Everyone's going to say, well, Facebook and YouTube have a chance. Kind of. But Twitch truly is the flagship. They have a lot more benefits of it all. They have the emote system. They have all these other things. Yeah, it could be an aggressive move. You're right. It could be. It could be an aggressive move. That's a big dick energy move. Do you think they would fuck with something that is already still so relevant and has killed competitors, even though the competitors tried to pull an Epic Studio on them and take some of their flagships people away? Now, obviously, you got the disrespect thing. Well, Amazon also has a gaming studio because the New World comes out in... I think the beta comes out this month, right? I think the beta comes out this month. Hold on. I think it does. I was gonna play it, but they had NDAs with it, so I was kind of lazy about it. And they pushed it back. It was supposed to be it was supposed to be a May release, and I think they pushed it back to let me just look up New World release date. I don't want to do the beta. I'm just gonna do the full-fledged game. Oh, I guess it comes out in 21. I think their beta was supposed to come out in August though. Pre-order betas, that is. Yeah, maybe. Twitch is a stream, but Amazon is a huge river. Yeah, it's true. Nice analogy there, Monk. I don't know, man. They are in there. They're trying to get into game development. Their game development has got shit on it a lot. The New World, I've read and heard people talk about it. But the things I heard them talk about though also was pretty, yeah. I don't know. This seems very. They drop the prices to hit small stores because they can easily afford to. Or to kill. Yeah, they do, but the thing... Amazon used to be so much better. Remember Amazon lightning deals and shit? They used to be so much better. The issue is, especially during the pandemic, they don't need to even do anything. They can charge you the full retail price for things. And because it gets delivered, you're not going to argue with it. You're not going to argue with it. You're just going to be like, okay. Because it gets delivered to your door, and you don't want to go out to the store, especially during a pandemic. Although Amazon does have those things they can do it to because they buy it directly from a Chinese wholesaler and bring it to their warehouse. HDMI cords, mice, a billion other small like niche products that you're going to buy. How did you steal 1K from Amazon? I mean, it's not that hard. I think Amazon has a lot of dirty practices, but I don't think a lot of us could live without them. I mean, in the scheme of things, right? They're still cheaper than a lot of places. The convenience of it all, a lot of the shit you order you don't need. Yeah, that frozen. Well, I'm not going to acknowledge I've done something like that, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, let's say I ever got banned on Twitch, I probably would just be done streaming. Might maybe do the offline YouTube thing. Yeah, the toilet time thing on the Amazon stores is like the most gross fucking thing in the world. Like, just fucking gross. The sellers are dicks. You don't. I only go through if I ever buy anything on Amazon, I make sure I only do it for Amazon fulfilled, which means I only deal with Amazon and not the sellers. The seller thing, I don't. That's basically going off eBay from that point. No, not really. The reason I kind of just don't care about anything else, unless something is like a big contender that will never probably form, is I like Amazon or not Amazon. I like Twitch's universality to it all. I like the fact that you can use my emotes on your stream or someone else's stream. I like the fact that you can raid people. I like the fact that the sub thing and how it's formed. I think Twitch is, despite the support that Twitch is lacking and how it's shit, it's like absolute shit, and they need to improve it. They grossly need to improve it. They also need to outline their fucking rule systems, obviously. I still think it can be better. It can be so great, and it could be the best. It can be the best with no complaints if they just fix those small things. Yeah, I never do third parties. It's not a search item. You just, well, it can be. If you do Prime, if you always checkbox Prime, it will negate all the third sellers. It should, at least, because they only Prime Amazon fulfillment. But yeah, you're right. I don't know. I think Twitch could be something so much better than it has been. And I think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. And they do a lot of shitty fucking things. I'm not gonna deny that. They do absolutely shitty things. But if you consider all the alternatives and you consider the pool that people watch and how you get like these like little like experience things, you have your channel points, you have all these fucking things, I just think Twitch is better. So yeah, I would say that. I wouldn't say the nice alcoholic brother in a way. I would just say it's like the best way I could put it. No, they're not. For Disrespect went through. That was a rumor, Frozen, and that never was true. Disrespect went to YouTube. Disrespect's at YouTube. Obviously, these people want to make their buck. Those people have the power to make their buck, because no matter what, they're going to have a viewership. For now. Disrespect probably has a better viewership. Ninja maybe not so much. Yeah, he knows himself on YouTube. He said he wasn't going to, but then he did it anyway. So there's that. I don't know. I think Twitch got a lot of heat. Their banning system thing and their rule guidelines and the communication they need to work on. They absolutely need to work on it. Everything else, yeah. I think Twitch gives a bad rap. This Twitch Prime to now gaming thing seems unnecessary. It seems like a fruitful, like a little thing. Hey, they wanted to make an announcement to make an announcement. And they didn't announce the things that are worthy of being announced. And I just think it's kind of shit. Despite how much hate I give Twitch, I like it. I like the accessibility. I like the fact that it has a lot of it. I like the fact that it has people who can jump from where to where, and it's searchability for the most part. I don't like some of their rules. I don't like some of their guidelines. I don't like the lack of written rules. I don't like their partnership guidelines. I don't like how some people are graded at a different level than other people, and it doesn't even matter from gender in a sense. It's just I don't like the fact that I could be banned for saying something because some mod was a social justice warrior, or they just viewed it a different way than I did, or they viewed it a different way than their colleagues would have, and then that's it. I really don't like it. No disrespect, couldn't get too into him. Too much of a character. Yeah, he's a big character. I couldn't get into him either. I don't like that type of streamer. I don't watch many streamers in general. It does seem very seamless. I agree. Yep. And the thing is, I don't watch big streamers. I usually don't. There's two big streamers I've watched ever, and one of the streamers I stopped watching since I started streaming because I just don't have time, and I also don't play the game that he streams. Asmongold, who's the biggest Warcraft streamer in my opinion, who's a complete fucko, by the way. I watched him in the background when I played World of Warcraft. I had him listening, or I had him on a different monitor, and I just had him playing. And I played World of Warcraft, and I listened to his stream, and it was fun. I was like, okay, I'm listening. I never talked, I never subbed, I never did anything. I just listened. And it was something to entertain. There's some funny dialogues and everything else. And I'll talk about the second one, the next topic. So I talked to this other one I recently found. I watch him, and I do the same thing. I listen. I never talk. The difference between big and small streams is when you're on a big stream, your message never gets across. So I just feel like, what's the fucking point? But also, it's just as impersonal. Now, obviously, you got to send some message, like some ways maybe you can talk to everybody. And I think, honestly, some of the big streamers aren't being as creative enough to do it. Disable chat for the most part would be one. One of the ways I would probably do it if I ever became big, which I probably never will, but you know, whatever. There's hopeful thinking and wishful thinking. One of the ways I would probably do it, I would limit chat where the only way you could possibly chat is channel points. You get one message, say what you fucking want, and I'll probably read it because it would be so much slower. And obviously with 10k people it might flood a bit, but I'd be like, alright, we gotta figure out another way, maybe get a lot more channel points. That's how you do it. Say your message. It better be good. That's the way. That's the only really way. But you could have some fucking personality to it. Like, hey, listen here. You said your one message, and maybe if you're on long enough, you could get 3 or 4 messages out in a day. But when you get 10,000 people, that's the thing. Or even 1,000. I don't even think 1,000 you could probably lower it once it gets like... You can always raise and lower based on it. And eventually you kind of maybe get some form of relationship with a lot of these people. And that's the whole point, is forming relationships with people, right? But, well, you know, that's a burden I don't have to probably ever have to deal with, unfortunately. But there's a lot of ways. That's why I never really talk in big streams, because it doesn't fucking matter. They're not going to read my message. I never, ever, ever want to make it, and I stand by this still, where the only way you can message me or I will read your message, which is something some of those other streamers do that we talked about a little earlier. We could link it to the channel points like an emote or a command requires really loud doing. Right, and that's the thing, Monk. That's how I would do it. I would be like, all right, to message me, you need 3,000 channel points to say a message in the stream. And it has an hour cooldown or a 30-minute cooldown or 10 minutes. So someone just can't stack points and just barrage it, right? But it would be a lot of points. So at least you viewed it, you get your message across. And I think a lot of people wouldn't do it because of at least that would be somewhat better. The thing I'll never fucking do. That's why you need an OnlyFans, right? The thing I'll never do is make it so it's bit based or donation bit or based, where you have to donate money to me of a certain value for me to read your message. I think that's disingenuous, and I think that's just kind of counterproductive. Sure, it increases your revenue a bit, but I just don't want to do that ever. It just seems also kind of like, obviously it's a method to do it, but I just don't want to do it. I don't want, like, if you don't have money, I don't want to talk to you that way. So that's it. I don't know what you walked into, tequila. I'm gonna make another drink. I want to talk about something while I change the next subject. The next subject is something I actually is relatable to what we just did. We were talking about this. We're gonna talk about the other streamer, the big streamer that I recently found that I actually do watch. Hold on. I'm gonna make another drink. Probably maybe the last one. This might be the last one of the night. We'll see. Last one. We'll see if there's a last one. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I what's the word I'm looking for? Back already. I do implore you regulars, Gruesome, Tequila, Frozen, Monk, Cheese Man, to hang out for a little bit longer. For sure. There's it's not the next topic, but it's the topic after. Kind of important. It's like a little important one. It's kind of like the direction of the stream type of thing. I do implore. I got till 9. Well, we'll make it there before then, Cheese Man. We'll definitely make it there before then. I did one of them from a couple days ago, so just acknowledge them in. It's gonna be here. It's gonna be here. It's gonna be here, man. It's an actual topic I wrote down. Frozen, so don't worry. And anyone else who's here, I would like to know anyone's opinion on the thing. It's kind of direction of streamage. It's kind of one of those things I would talk about even just now, where there was a new thing. Yeah, clear it all out. Clear it all out, Mike. It's kind of a new feature I accidentally stumbled upon, which I wish they emailed me about. And if they did, I wish they made it more clearer. Wish they were a lot more clear about it. But that's not the next topic. That's the topic after. Next topic. I was normally not gonna do this one as a topic, but I was really watching him a lot these last days. It's kind of been helpful for me. And this person's content is so fucking unique. And it's funny, and it's like, I would obviously don't talk there. He has tens of thousands of people watching, but it's so fucking unique, and I thought it was worth mentioning. It might be a shorter one because there's not really much discussion. You guys can't count me against this. It's this guy named Kit Boga. He has a YouTube channel too where you can watch his highlights and shit. This is a guy whose whole stream, all he does is he contacts scammers and wastes their time. And he has like timers up that tells you how long he's been fucking with somebody. And he has like voice mods, so he sounds like an old man or an old lady, and he does improv and he fucks with them. And I started watching him on like Friday or Thursday or something like that last week, and throughout the thing too. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday. I don't even remember. And this fucker, I actually happened to get him while he was talking to a new scammer. Do you watch this? Well, good, Frozen, you get it. So this fucker kept this guy, we'll call him, his name was Steve, but it's not, he's an Indian guy, pretending to be this old woman named Paula Dean with her husband Jimmy Dean, which I thought was just fucking brilliant. Like, trying to take it away. And he made a fake website That's her bank, and it's his website that he has these fake transactions, and he like codes, and he does things all this shit on the fly, and then he like figures out like what's he gonna do when he talks to them next, and these fucking scammers get so fucking pissed at him. And this last one I was watching, I should really watch. I stopped watching it to start streaming. I was watching it while I was setting up this thing, doing all the videos and shit. He's running on like 9 hours now for this one scammer. He's been fucking. He only starts the clock when he's talking to him, and then if ever they're talking, he turns off the clock. So he's been actively talking to this one scammer for 9 hours. 9 fucking hours. As this old woman, he at one point, like last week, said he like withdrew $10,000 and buried it in his backyard. And he like fucked around with it a bit. And then he went and bought Google. Like today, he bought like Google Play cards, like $500 each. And I don't know if those are like he made like a fake Google Play website or whatever. But he started like redeeming codes for $500. And he was supposed to give the codes to him, and the guy's like freaking out at him, called like, "I'm gonna fuck your ass, bitch, fuck your family over," and like they're so freaking out. And this guy like does it masterfully well. Like I'm just like, holy shit, how do you improv this? And he does. And I actually today he even mentioned that, or maybe it was the other day he mentioned it, but then I saw some of the action of it today, where one of the guys called, like a scammer called him, and recognized the fake voice. And knew he was on YouTube. He didn't know he was streaming. We knew he was on YouTube. This guy, I'm not. If you want content, he streams like weekdays ish, but not weekends. This guy fucking is such funny content, and he's doing the Lord's work, obviously. And he's fucking with streamers. Oh yeah, he finds the scammers tons of real names, and he reports all their fraudulent bank accounts and shit. He probably did. Like, when I say this guy, like, does such great work, and he fucks with him, like, he even said the line onto the scammer. This is, "You haven't seen my final form!" Or something like that. And I was, like, freaking out laughing about it. I couldn't believe it. He even said final form. And one of the things he does, too, is, like, one of his mods, like, creates, like, lines that you get to vote on. And he has to get the scammer to say the line, or he has to say the line. And it's weird ass shit. Like, I was busy last night downloading more RAM. I was playing Candy Crush with the boys. Get him to say, "Paula Deen, please sing to me." Like, weird shit. And he does it every fucking time. And most of the time they do it because these scammers are so desperate for the fucking money. It's fucking ridiculous. And this guy, honestly, if you want some funny daytime activity, so when I'm playing Candy Crush with the boys, right? And he like has the best sound effects, and he has the best stream setup. Now, obviously, he has a really good computer. He has many of them, and he made all these scenes in advance, and he has all these like transparencies and all these props they can put in these videos. It's not like you're just watching him scam. Like, he changes his scenes to blend in for where he's supposed to be as the person that he's pretending to be. Like, one of them said, like, wrap it with tinfoil, so he'll be in the kitchen and there's tinfoil everywhere, or he'll be outside digging out the fucking money. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. He does it so fucking perfectly. And normally I wouldn't give a shit to like even mention him, but he is sincerely funny and deserves some praise because of not only is he fucking scammers over who are fucking old people over, but the scammers' reactions are so fucking ridiculous. It's so insane. I would obviously show it if I could, but I can't because it's his stream and I want to impede. But it is fucking magical shit. So check out Kid Boga if you can. It's such an interesting thing. That's the content I want to do, is like such unique content where it's not just the same as everyone else playing a video game or doing whatever. Kind of thing I want to do. Yeah, check them out, guys. Next topic. Random topics. So this is topics you guys want to talk about. But first, I want to talk about one. I threw it in the random because I was thinking about it after the fact. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'm going to do it now. So one I want to talk about. Thanks, Cheese Man. One I want to talk about is there's a new thing in Twitch that I just found out yesterday or today. I can't even remember anymore because, you know, my life's fucking weird. It has to do with channel points. So obviously, I have that new thing where we can change scenes. I haven't figured out a way to really apply it much. And I want to figure out a way to apply it. So if anyone has suggestions for ways channel points can be used. Oh, that's why it keeps fucking crashing. It's when my fucking thing goes out. Right to the fore, right? So there's a lot of ways to... I want to change the channel points to maybe affect the stream a little bit, change the scene so things are bigger, goes to full game, hides me, makes the drink focus, does something stupid like punch me in the face or whatever. I don't want to do punch me in the face because someone already has that. I don't want to do that. There's a lot of things I want to do with channel points. However, there was a new channel point thing that I saw that I didn't know existed. And it kind of sucks because some of you guys are hoarding thousands of hundreds of thousands. Which doesn't suck. Thank you for watching and having all those channel points. There's a thing called community goal. There's a community goal where I can set a deadline and people have to donate. Thanks, geez, you guys have a shit ton. Where it's a community goal, so all of you guys can dump in points to this one goal, and after this goal's done, whatever it is, we do it. Like, whatever it fucking is. And what I need is what the goal should be. Like, what should the idea be? What should we do that would be fun? What would be different? You know what I'm saying? Now, it can't be drink where, like, I take 20 shots or whatever. That'd be dumb, and you can't do it. That's generic, and we don't want to do that. But we have an ability to make a community goal. Now, the sucky part is, if we said, right... Yeah, you fucked up. The fuck thing, though, Monk, is you have so many points that if we said it was, alright, let's put 500,000 as the goal. You and Cheeseman alone could just be like, boom, done. So I would implore you fuckers, I don't think I can set a limit on it either, that no one ever donates more than 50k if we do it like 500,000. Just to implore other people to donate it too. So it's not instantly done. I don't think you can. I looked. Maybe you only can put 2k a day. It kind of said like 2k maximum. But maybe you can? We'll have to explore with it a bit. But the biggest thing is, because I want to see what happens. I can't do it until I put a goal in to test it. So maybe it's 2k a day. Maybe you only can put 2k a day in. Which I'd be okay with. Whatever. Fuck it. Which then we'll have to lower the goal so it's not so fucking ludicrous, right? Because we have a small viewer base. Well, what should the goal be? What could we do that would be different? What would a community goal be? This is the one I'm trying to find unique ways to change the stream a bit. I'm trying to find unique ways to make it more involved, make it more integrated for you guys. Make it affect stuff. We have calculating tool. Cooking with tools. So we were already going to do that, Gruesome. That's one of the changes I want to do in the next couple weeks. That isn't based on the goal. That's already happening hypothetically. There's a lot of factors involved that I got to figure out still, of what's happening and where, if it even happens. That's already something that was going to happen, if it happens. So no, we can't do that as a goal because it's already potentially going to happen. Faster pizza party. Well, that's the problem there, Monk, as I'm not buying pizza for everybody. Although I do like the idea. Like, how would we even do that then? Like, obviously people come over, but that fucks over most people anyway. ToolCon. Well, ToolCon is happening after COVID. I don't want to do it after pre-COVID. Safety reasons as well as financial reasons. I would need a job by then. Cool house tour. Well, I could do that already. My house is a mess. And no one would really give a shit. I don't think no one... like, obviously I like the idea, Gruesome. And I might take pictures of some stuff. Just because you said it, if you're curious. Like, I'll take pictures of my basement, and because that's where I'm at right now. I'm in my basement. I have my area and whatever stuff. I don't think no one gives a shit, to be honest. Right. So there's two factors I need from you guys. I need you guys to tell me ideas what you want channel points to be used for. They can actually change scenes. We can make effects on the scene. So, like, something happens on the stream. Fireworks go off. Pew, pew, pew. We can make it so balloons appear. We can make anything happen. We just need ideas for it. But that could just be regular channel points. That's never gonna happen, Frozen. Just because. We need, like, for the community one, we need it to be kind of grand. We need it to be something so big and it'd be a day event, maybe, or at least an hour event or something. Tool cooking stream. Tool out in the wild doing something he doesn't like. Well, that's pretty much going out in the wild. In real life golf with friends. Well, the thing with golf with friends is, one, I hate golfing. I would say mini golf with friends would be fine. But then that would be really hard to stream because I would have to use my phone because I don't have those big setups that all those fucking pro real life streamers have. But on top of that, it would just be hard because the reading chat would be difficult. And I can't show anyone else's random face. Like, that's a big thing when you're out and about. Like, if I'm out in a street, technically I can, sort of. It's kind of rude though. But if I'm at a venue or an event thing, I can't show someone else's face. They'll shut down the stream if anyone found out. Backyard course would be good. I mean, that's a possibility, but we can't do that anytime soon because we don't have the equipment. At least I don't. Yeah, that's what I need from you guys, is to think of ideas of, like, what could we do that would be worthy of a goal. I'm not saying you guys figure out the idea now. We're going to wrap up soon. We're trying to make it to the 9 o'clock hour, I guess. So 18 minutes. So we're pretty close to the end, though, so don't worry, guys. Story time with Tool. Yeah, but well, what's a story? No one gives a shit about my stories. I tell my stories just for no event. See, that's what's hard about it. Like, if someone wanted to know something, they would just ask and be like, all right, here's the deal. But it needs to be something so different, and that's the problem. But the ability is there, and that's what's beautiful about it. That's a possibility. I gotta figure out how to use Roll20. If the D&D thing's possible, the D&D one is possible. But if I want to do the D&D one, I want to talk to Garg first. I might, like, tell him about it first. And I'm going to assume the first goal is going to be redeemed, like, we're going to be finished relatively for sure. And I just set a date saying we're going to do it at this date at this time. And see if he'd be willing to do it. Because I'd rather have him DM it. If you don't know who Garg DMing anything, you know it's like if you don't know Garg DMing, I can promise you this. It's always a good time when Garg's involved. I'm scared to do the drinking games one. Drinking is against TOS when it comes to point redemption. And we do drink games all the time anyway. See, it's tough, right? It's fucking hard. Because you can't break the rules, but you gotta make it unique. One of the ones I was thinking is I would stream an hour of Fortnite. But I don't think I hate myself that much. Yeah, they definitely banned people in the past for that shit. I mean, I hate myself, but I don't hate myself that much. Play Fortnite. Just think about it. That's all I'm asking, is you guys to think about it. Like, think of ideas. Think of something. We don't have to figure it out now. We got 2 more topics left. I want to get this all done before Cheeseman has to leave. Because Cheeseman's is the last one. As we always keep it. And then we'll just end the stream, I guess. No one really wants to play anything, and I just don't care. So... oh, wait. Well, before I do it, does anyone else have any other topics they want to talk about? Fuck that. I would never make... Fuck no. Does anyone have any topics they want to talk about? Anyone at all? That's fair. Good job, Cheeseman. Who reviews the game? I mean, if we knew what game to play, I could review it. I mean, I've reviewed games on Twitter all the time. Usually horror, though. That's not too far off. Mac and cheese, spoon or fork? Fork. Spork, preferably. I think this fork works, right? Well, it depends. The mac and cheese one's pretty fucking tough, though. Because you gotta say, is it a very roux cheese, where it's very, like, saucy? Or is it, like, a very, like, creamy, like thick cheese? That's the fucking, that's the question. There's like a couple variants. Like, if you go to, like, Smack Shack and get a lobster mac, it's a very thick one. You can use a fork. But if it's, like, very creamy, you gotta use a fucking spoon. Gruesome. That has actually only happened to me once, luckily. But yes, you're right on that. The mac and cheese is one of those things that is like a very blatant topic, but there's so many variations to it. It's very situational. Alright, fuck it. We'll go to this thing now. Hold on. We're going to boop 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 boop. Random art of the week, boys. Here we go. This is one of my favorite segments, actually. I really like this one, although I'm gonna have to work a little harder. I was trying to not find, like, there's some pictures, there's some paintings I saw that I was gonna grab that were people who made them relatively recently, and I thought it was, I don't know what you guys take. I only tried to grab really old art. The issue is there was some relatively new art that people made recently that I was gonna rip apart, and I was like, I don't know if I should do that. Okay. Nobody's looking at you. Yep. I gotta get it so I can see it, because I can't. It's a little harder to see for me. So small on my screen. Oh, yep. All right, there it is. A good Catholic art piece. Yeah, I would say it's a good Catholic piece. So, a couple things I got. Like St. George saying you're you're actually right. Actually, looks like someone Googled something, I'm gonna say. But yes, it is. It's exactly that. It is exactly what that is. Now, despite the name of the painting, which is San Giorgio e il Dragoon, there is a couple issues I have with the painting. First off, the dragon only has legs. I don't count wings as legs, so I'm going with that. I don't like that. The spots on the fucking wings is whatever. The cave, very lame cave. Could have done better. The clouds are nice, and the grass is so squarey. Like, what the fuck's with that? The people look very deformed. All right. The horse doesn't look normal, but that's fine. The style of this painter just seems so fucking disjointed, like a pre-Picasso, you know. The brushstrokes are nice. That level of detail I will give him credit for. All right, this looks, the level of detail he has on some of the things, like the grass, the dragon, the horse, like elements of it are so detailed, but then everything else, like, he can't draw a face, he can't draw a head. He draws a dragon's head really well. He can't draw arms for shit. He can't draw a horse, but horses are hard, as we learned from where the wild things grow, whatever that fucking show is where they made the monster things. Why is there not exactly two? Why does the dragon not have any arms? We could, yeah, the dragon alone is a fucking abomination of shit. But the level of detail I'm gonna give him credit for. The piece is not very scary in a sense of you don't fear anything's gonna turn at you. Because of that, there's not a lot of blank space as was mentioned. But the detail, like there's so much detail in some parts, like it's a river, yeah. This detail is in so like such heavy detail in some areas, but then there's not a lot in others. So it's like, because of that, it's barely. I don't even think it's a dragon. I think it's more of a whelp at best, a deformed whelp. With that, I don't know. What would you guys give it? I got the number already. I know the number. I know what I would give it. What would you guys give it? What about you, Gruesome? What would you give it? We're gonna buy it. All right. Well, how much would you spend for it, Frozen? And what would you rate it out of 10? Fair. That's fair. So, unfortunately, Frozen, you can't buy it because it's the National Gallery in London. This piece was made in 1470, so obviously, this is probably what people look like. Paolo Uccello. 8? 4 and 8. God, you're all over the place, Frozen. I agree with Monk. This was a 3 for me. This was a 3. 1K? Well, it's worth a lot more than that, I'm sure. How did they get it? They stole it, Monk. Like they got everything else. What are you talking about? They fucking stole it. Like everything else. What a fucking ridiculous question. Oh, did they sell from? Paolo Uccello. Probably Italians. By that name. I'm assuming. No, it was out. Okay, I got what you did there wrong. Or Frozen. Yeah, we have a 3. I don't like the brushstrokes. The level of detail was really good in some spots and really terrible in others. So I think it was kind of just bleh. Bleh. Next piece. We got this fucking thing. Probably. Actually, probably. What do you guys think of this piece? Jeez, man, you might have to stay up a little bit past 9. Just a little bit, though. So use yourself. I probably should, but I will never do it. So here's my take on this piece. I think it's a nice idea. I think it's a brilliant idea. But it's also a lame idea. I like the idea of painting a painting of the outside of what you're doing, and you have the reflection of the viewpoint of you painted something and it's out there. Much like people are doing on Reddit now, where they're like, look at what I painted, and they put it up against the real thing, and it looks so much like it's real. My problem is, first off, the floor. Floor is shit. Wow. You have time to do a big painting. I know they're trying to bring focus to the clouds and the easel and the fucking portrait and whatever the fuck it's called. Reminds me of Minecraft. I can kind of see it. The issue I have is, one, the curtains are also ass. The wall is ass. The clouds and everything in the window is the focus. But even because of that, it's just still nothing there. You could have done this in a billion different ways. You could have even made it more detailed. You could have actually not only focused on the fact that the easel is, or the portrait or painting is trying to like do whatever's in the background, but also put attention that you did there to everything else. I would imagine this would be on a wood frame though too. To make YouTube. I have a YouTube, I just never use it. It's an artwork of art. Yeah, it's an inception of art. Probably the original Inception. Well, not even original. This is old. This is not that old. We're coming off that in first class. The depth is way off. The depth is a bit way off. A little thing about that too is Gruesome's right. You see the border where the side piece of the canvas is? It doesn't line up with everything else. If that was that way, it should actually be off a little bit, and it shouldn't be so perfect. It shouldn't be so perfect that way. it seems like someone who's trying too hard but didn't actually think that the angle we are looking at it, because of that fact that we see the canvas on the sides, it should be deformed and moved over just a little bit and not be perfectly aligned. Because of this, I'm rating this a 1, because if you're gonna actually do it fucking right. What are your thoughts? Good job. I do too. I'm actually more annoyed because it perfectly lines up and it shouldn't. Not at the angle of where this viewpoint's supposed to be taken. If we didn't see the canvas, then it makes sense. But because we don't, it doesn't. It's shit. This was made, is called Condition Humane by Marguerite in 1934. It is in the National Gallery in Washington State. The bright part on the lower area of the wall. What bright part? Or floor? Is there a bright part? I don't even see it. There's even sun. They even added the shadows. He put the detail of the shadows coming from the light, which wouldn't actually be on the bottom floor because of the middle easel. Look at that. I can't even point it out because I have no cursor. I wish I needed like a laser pen I could fucking play with on stream. If you look at the middle leg, the middle fucking leg has a shadow, but it's up against the wall, so there's no light source. So why the fuck is there a shadow? I'm actually getting more angry with this piece the more I look at it. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. It doesn't make a goddamn bit of sense. I get more angry the more I'm looking at this portrait. I'm getting fucking furious. Now this is 1. I think we all agree this is just ass. This is just shit. How dare they insult us with such trash? Fuckers. Final piece of this one before we get on Cheeseman's topic. Yep. What do you guys think of this one? Nope. I don't think so. I don't think so. Nope. Definitely not. German. Well, Austrian. I had to double check that to make sure I was right. I have a lot of things wrong with this picture. I have a lot of things wrong with this one. So who wants to take a guess? What am I gonna bitch about here? So fucking much. So fucking much. My god. Okay. Looks scary. Well, that's a big fucking start of it. Obviously, the woman's face is clear someone's gonna follow you in your house. If you put this in your house, I would never let it sleep in the same room as me. The seat looks like clip art. Exactly. The seat that she's sitting on looks like they took paper mache little pieces and just like, all right, I'm just gonna throw this up there, just fine, whatever. Nothing's aligning. If that was intentional, well, then you're a lazy fuck. The dress actually looks somewhat decent. But her hands, look at her fucking hands. Her fingernails and fingers are somewhat okay. Well, let's rephrase. Her left one is somewhat okay. Her right hand looks like a deformed fucking limb, which is fine if you have it, but it's still, that was not the intention, so it looks fucking weird. Her dress looks, again, as I said, a little okay herself. Her face looks a fucking abominable. It looks like she's gonna fucking stab you. There's a lot of blank space in the top left corner. Looks like they added a yellow shade there for no fucking reason other than make it not look like it's blank space, but it's still fucking blank space. It's turd fucking brown orange in the background, and it's turd fucking feces puke in the left. There's purple thrown in there for God knows what's goddamn reason. What's the behind the head? I'm assuming that's supposed to be like some stained glass fucking thing going there. I think you mentioned the, like, you damn right I would. I'm assuming it's a stained glass window. I'm assuming it's a stained glass window. But otherwise, the room looks like, just doesn't even look like a real room. The chair doesn't look real at all. The woman looks creepier than fuck. Her arms look creepier as fuck. This is like the fucking witch who's gonna be like, hello, and like fucking use her pointy fucking fingers at you. That's what this bitch is. More to the left. That I thought the same one. It's a window. I assume it was a window. They did need one more to the left. I agree. But that would just add more fucking work for the artist. I think this artist is a lazy fuck. They don't even know the name of this painting. This is made by Klimt in 1906 in Belvedere, Wien, which is in Austria, apparently, or Austrianish, I think. I think this painting's ass. I think this painting is absolute shit. Absolute. And I wouldn't even buy, I would burn it. I would buy it for like $2 just to burn it, so that person does not get any recognition. In fact, I destroy their piece for being such shit. What's it sure? It looks like paper mache pieces. It looks like paper mache. Because it doesn't line up right. It doesn't line up at all. I think it's not good. I think the brushstrokes are shit. I don't think anything about it is so fucking like consistent. It looks like they use a certain thing on one side and then a certain thing on another side. Like you look at like the wall, the background, it looks like certain type of brush, and the other parts, it looks like they just like again paper mache shit to it and be like, this, I'm gonna take this out of a fucking magazine and just dump it on there. Especially when it was made in 1906. It's not like we didn't have the technology at that time to refine some of our art, for fuck's sake. I wouldn't even. It's a 1. Let's make it exactly. Monk's right. This is shit. And that's the random art of the week, boys. We're gonna try to do that every time. I'm gonna have to find more art. If you guys have art you'd like me to review, put it on Discord. Send me a DM with it, and I'll try to put it on there. Try to make it, if you can, find me an art piece. Give me some detail of what it's about, but make sure it was not made before it was made before 1940. I'm gonna call 1940 the bar I'm gonna set. I don't want to review a current artist. The reason I want to do it is because obviously I'm doing this for fun, and I don't want the person to be alive. What is meant to be distorted? Distort it better. Distort it better. And this type of distortion seems to me to be lazy. And yeah, I'm gonna judge the shit out of it for being so. Simple as that. Simple as that. So yeah, send me art. Make sure it's before 1940. Give me the details of that art. We're gonna do 3 a week. Maybe we'll even do 5. We'll figure it. Depends on how many we get. Send me some art, boys. It'd be great. I like to review this shit. Also, make sure it's not super fucking famous. I don't want to fucking review Mona Lisa, because who gives a shit? I don't want to do the fucking American Gothic thick shit. I don't want to do that either. So get the fuck out of here. Alright. Jeez, man. This is you. Now, I know you told me to play a thing. You're gonna have to put it in chat, please. Can you put the link in chat? Because I gotta put it on the other computer.